You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey. DJ Dork Genius.
Know that I'm blessed, 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 know that I'm blessed. Know that I'm blessed, speak the truth, the only way that I step. Life in me, earn my way from this death. Hello world, no I don't have to flex. Spreading love, though the truth will upset. Only one judge, but they label your death. Cooking flows, guess I'm labeled a chef. Too much truth, now I'm labeled a threat. No wax from a blessed tribe, you can see the light when God make it shine. Know the devil love it when he got your mind. When the truth in you, you can see the lies. I'm the one that tell you never idolize. Tell me when the idol gave the people life for the chose people. Here to seek you, I'ma paint this clearer than a see-through. Lose your pastor, you are the church. Can't a man teach you what the spirit work? Understanding knowledge and wisdom and patience, truth alone with the holy visions. You can all get it, praise the most high. No, I wouldn't speak it if it was a lie. See my flow realer than the advertise. You can't advertise what I advertise. No, A got an A-list flow. Plus, it don't even matter if I blow. Trust, only here to show the Lord glow. Chose to save a brother for his soul. Ladies, gotta show the ladies they ain't hoes. Humble, that I know the things that I know. Amazing how you could show a scene off a flow and show it to the world. Only few people know. I've been perfecting my craft, showing the love that I have. I'm really a king, showing the realest of things. A prophet that followed his dreams, can't be deceived. Look at the way that I lead. The Lord is the head of the king, easy as breathe. Look at the way that I leap. The Lord gon' protect all the sheep. Peace. Know that I'm blessed, 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 blessed.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
Why you call my name to start some shit? What's the point of me coming here? Bitch say to my face she ain't finna leave, but you still left with them. Oh, I tell you wrong, intended to the roof, bitch hanging with the hoes again. I may take the fall for the shit I said, but now you home with them. Let's go with it. I have a feeling you know that I know. Wanna hang with your friends, bitch, go with them. Can't fuck around here with these hoes. Her shit that's cold, that's why I can't fuck with them. I know we been through a lot and I know what you been through. Send my condolences, can't fuck with them hoes again. Yeah, I just need another drive to cope my mind. They say you calling me to
let's go.
Cope my mind. You right here fucking up the vibes. Just see you try. Don't like how you just be lying. Went through your mind.
Went through. If you haven't already,
be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
we are vibing out, of course, this morning. You know what I'm saying? Rocking out, doing our freaking thing or whatnot, and listening to independent artists and producers and bands, of course, across the globe. If you have music, send it in. We will play it. Also, good morning to those who are just waking up somewhere in the world. Official Licks, what's up? What's poppin'? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. See you one back. We live on our platforms. We just started right now. We got about 4 minutes till we officially start reviewing y'all music. If you have it, send it to my email above. All information is as follows.
Always there for me when nobody was. Damn, always came around, show me love. Damn, but it seems like we just fighting too much. But it seems that we got different plans. Around like every day for you. All the music I done played for you. So much that I had changed for you. Damn. So much my time I gave away for you. Damn. Every time you come around, I see my father smiling. So much I spent on you.
Good morning,
so
y'all.
much I did for you. Barely started being open with you. We were just right.
Independent artists only, of course.
Things I did for you, making better decisions. I promise
wanna get
you
cut on
an
certain
influence.
platforms and
Since
stuff.
I can remember, you always just been using me. Anytime you got something to say, you know I listen to you. And this girl I'm talking about, her name is Music. Don't know if I can do this no more.
Sound like some Raphael Sadiq.
I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. I can't.
Once again,
Let me live a little.
3 minutes till we officially start the show. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch.
Either you with me or against me. Hate
Send your music to my email, ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. It's completely free to submit. You can pay and skip the line if you do not want to wait or get more than one of your records
when your
played.
people ain't real, when they talk behind your back and then smile in your face, tell me how you think that feel. The jealousy and envy leaking out
genres
that
accepted.
grill. Took all that hate you gave and cooked me up a meal. It's just me against the world with my wife. Tupac-ish, yeah, thug life. All eyes on me, how could it be? God made a footstool of my enemies. No hard feelings, I'm just building tall buildings. Bathing in the sun, having fun, raising children. Weathering the storms, exercise my right to keep in bare arms. My side piece, clingy AF, she stay on me. It's wartime, streets heartless. I pray my bullets hit they intended target regardless. It's all love.
2 minutes, y'all. Appreciate y'all patience.
Fire lane, no parking. Love me a lot. Either you with me or against me.
Let's go.
Hey baby, I've been missing on you a lot lately.
1 minute, 27 seconds.
That ooh la la that I like. Plus you say that I'm with the type. I put it on you whenever you come around. Cause when you see me do whatever makes me smile. Ooh, can't nobody do me like you do. Ooh, so hit me whenever you pull up.
Hey.
You bring the green, I got the cups. Let me know what's up. Yeah, I know we've been grinding all day. So when we chill, it's a vibe, only we create. I know you're saying that you wanna take it slow. But if you're saying otherwise, then let me know. Pull up, sure enough, get what you want. I got that real, do what they want, we gon' take it. Nice and slow, nice and slow, we gon' take it.
48 seconds, we almost there.
Nice and slow, we gon'. Nice and slow, nice and slow, we gon' take it. Oh yeah, I just
You already know
You're
what it is.
jamming with the hottest disc jockey. DJ Dork Genius.
What's happening? It's your boy CeeLo, and you now rocking with one of the livest music review shows across the nation. That Dorky Music Review Show. Tap in and tap out, man. Fucking with Chris nonsense, shit I'm talking about. It's your boy CeeLo, the YBLENT for Lizard. Get down and lay down, baby. Real artistry, you feel what I'm talking about? We bringing that real, authentic lyricist shit back. You feel me? It's a Yum Like a Laugh thing on mine. What up?
Please send your records to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com or get ready to die. Ha 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 ha.
Bots, share the stream.
It's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm
Ain't
yawning.
not
Waking
doing
up
this
on
damn
the
show.
lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, knowing I'm a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
Alright, so big freaking salute. You already know what it is. Welcome to That Dorky Review Show. I'm your host, Nonsense, aka Dork Genius, aka Chris Nonsense, aka your mama's favorite dork, aka your dork for hire, aka El Dorky Corbon, aka like with the way I can just get into that really fast. You would think I have songs where I'm just rapping fast all the time, but nope. Not me. That's Record Child. Big salute to everybody tapped in right now. Pretty much we're a live music reaction and review show for independent artists, producers, and bands across the globe. Of course, you have music, you can send it in to our email. If you send via the website, it comes to the same email. We pretty much pull things out as a first come, first serve, and are on several platforms at once. So do be patient if you're in the free line and want to get played that way. You know, it can take a little bit of freaking time depending on, you know what I'm saying, what we're doing, you know what I'm saying, at the time. But you are able to skip the line and get played more than once with the certain skips, you know what I'm saying? Like you can have back-to-back submissions if you have like a EP or something like that, skipping the line for those specific things are the way you do it. But when you come and send to the show, and if you are in the free line, always be aware that we play one song per artist in the free line, right? That means if you only have one submission that is, you know what I'm saying, free, and you're waiting for it, right? Like, send your best, hopefully, so that if you're waiting for any amount of time, you know, it doesn't feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Though I do let, if we end up cutting your record early, I do let you guys get back in the line. I feel like that's only fair if we cut your record in 10 seconds or something like that, because the mix is way too crazy or something like that. We'll let you get back in the line at least once. You know, you will have to wait again, but that is your perk or whatnot. For other artists, they do have to, you know, be strategic with what they play. You cannot send you and then your homie's record, you know what I'm saying? You would literally have to skip for both of those to be played in that back-to-back fashion, or they have to be in the building, right? So in order for that to be fair or whatnot, because then again, just think about it. If I let everybody do something like that, you know, you guys will be waiting for everybody and their homies and their homies and all that good stuff. But it's 100% free. All genres are accepted. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, sub, tag an artist if you think they deserve to be heard. I know you guys frequent a lot of our shows. You've come across dope artists who you think, man, like they next up, right? Tag them in the freaking building. Let them know that, you know, there's another place that they can get their music heard as well. We would love to review and do a live reaction. Last bit of information is, do not send anything that's on the radio. We don't want to listen to Drake featuring Kendrick featuring Drake, Kendrick redoing a Drake song, DMX featuring Jay-Z, like whatever, man. Do not send industry artists to the show because it will affect our streams. If you've ever had your music played on a show and then try to go look for that same, you know, live stream after it's saved on some of our platforms and you can't find it, that's usually why. Because someone, oh man, let me rap to that new Migos beat. You know what I'm saying? It don't help. You know what I'm saying? You say, hey, question, let me see. So how do we get our skipping clips, you know what I'm saying, from yesterday? So the skipping clips will be posted throughout the next couple of weeks and stuff like that. I have to sort of like plan and spend them out. For TikTok specifically, I basically have to cut them into like a 1 minute sort of span. So I always try to find, okay, like what's the best part of the freaking record? Let me get 30 seconds of that, 30 seconds of, you know, the review, give that to 1 minute so that TikTok doesn't mute it. You know what I'm saying? If you ever tried to do, you know, things yourself and you go past that minute, you know, they pretty much will mute the whole, you know, situation or whatnot. Nobody will hear it or view it or whatnot. So we do have to make sure we do that. But yeah, take a look out. And again, be sure to subscribe to our, you know, YouTube and everything as well. Because you'll have all the full reviews are always going to go there because, you know what I'm saying? Like they allow that. And, you know, as such, you guys will be in between the Carter 6, you know, sort of like reactions that are coming up. Let me see. What do you say? Do you play both if it's two separate submissions and stuff like that? Are you regarding like skips or free line, stuff like that? Like if it's two separate submissions and you're like, again, we play one song, one submission, right? If I'm like, all right, I just made a record, I need people to hear this. That's your submission. That's your free line submission of the day kind of situation. Anything that you want to be like after you've been played, as long as you haven't been hit with that Dorky don't play that. That means if we end up cutting your record, you have the right to get back in the line. You know what I'm saying? In the free line, if you haven't, you know, paid for a skip and stuff like that. You know, but if we've played you, that's pretty much your thing of the day. People have felt some type of way when they continue to hear the same artist and they're in the free line and they're still waiting for theirs, right? Because some people will be like, oh, let me send one song, and then 5 minutes later they think, oh, you know what, I should have sent this one too, and then they do it 5 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? And you're just all throughout that line. If that's in the free line, for most people, they'll feel some type of way. So we've relegated it to one submission per artist in that, and then if you skip, you know, you'll be able to get several back to back or throughout like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high like me when I'm looking down at a bird's bird's eye view when I'm cool. But always be aware, when and if artists do pay to skip the line throughout each episode, anytime we get to 100, 200, or 300, we will always do a giveaway on the show. We have a wheel that has a lot of prizes on it, from free skips, free beats, free mixes and masters, and more. You guys have been trying to get some of those, or you see people that come in and we hit that sort of like free skip button. That's how they had, you know what I'm saying, been getting those. So if we do get there, I'll let you guys know. I always sort of keep the amount that we have so far on the screen when it's there. So shout out to freaking AD, Rob, what's freaking good? See y'all, you know what I'm saying? Kino, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Cali. We out here in Cali, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. But often, like, you know, I love music, all right? Been doing it since 97. We and many other, like, we love all genres. Understand that. Don't be afraid. If you have EDM, if you have dubstep, if you have trap, if you have 90s boom bap, you know what I'm saying, type shit, if you have some Griselda shit, if you have reggaeton, if you are literally from another country and you know we are not going to understand the language, it doesn't matter. Like, music is universal. Just don't send anything that's on the radio, just to not risk the stream. Little Pimp Square, long time no see. That's freaking good, man. All right, let me jump into the free line so we can get started, man. Enough talking. Again, you guys are my favorite. You guys is my favorite community. You know why? Like shout out to all the gamers out there, right? Shout out to the streamers who do all the different stuff. But I feel like we are the only communities, like review shows and the artists that send, we are the only communities that, like, we make up the show, right? Without you guys sending in y'all music, y'all beats, y'all, you know, collabs that y'all do with each other, all that, you know, like we would basically just kind of be trying to react to Drake and Jay-Z and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And some people would prefer that, but I love to hear new music every stream, every single episode. If you go look at the fullness of, you know, how long we do these streams, it's pretty much independent artists every song, and I absolutely love it, man. You know what I'm saying? There's so many artists out there to discover. Let's get into it, man. AD with Motherless Child, my bad. And we are in the free line right now. We're starting off just straight in the free line. I'll check and see if there's a skip or anything like that. We're good. Slanging pots. Kino. Easy Techie. Y'all know what it is. Jupiter, what up? Oh my gosh. Y'all gotta watch out for like how long y'all put these samples in. Although I think I heard this beat.
All my life I had to fight, they said to lie down. Couldn't take my fight, so they tried to strike down me because I shine a light on my strive now. I doubt your gun that touch me like your mic now. That I'm fully grown, pop the scene and listen. Welcome to the tape, made this shit for all the children. Get into the mental institutions for the shit that they doing to themselves, and their parents should be in prison. Thinking that a kid playing on a game is the reason why they wanna blow out their brains. Punish all the victims and fill them up with hate. Treat the symptoms, not the problem, and stick them in a place. Dad says the pills can fix it all, over prescribing to make addiction. Tricking them just to keep the clientele. Doctors worse than my plug, hate them bitches.
How y'all feel about this record right here? 1 to 10, y'all.
My friend in my town wanna make it out, but I found that right now I'm kinda stuck, raise eyebrows, I'm fine. About to speak about my past, my ride now, my fights out. I've been alone in bins because I'm too sentimental. Sentimental, dog, I think it's not coincidental. That ain't if you had it bad, you send it to the pen or Kindle. All the anger that it takes, teaching shit and mend it. Zach, what you talking about?
Yo, Eddie, what you talking about?
How I barely made it out my mama's fucking house.
Hey, yo, it's Tobin in this bitch, I'm on your fucking couch. All this since a kid and now killing shit and getting clout. I ain't had a doubt since I dropped out, bitch, I made it out. Trying to get a couple M's in my new account, but they billies keep us really in a fucking drought. Yo, what you know about? Stretching $20 bill to the end of the week. So not $1, man, you'll be the only thing you can eat. But not $1, man, you ain't even $1, it's $3. What else you motherfuckers coming down and taking from me?
Come on, bro.
I'll send them off in the coffin. They ask me if I offer them every day. I said often. You gotta take precautions and wash where you're walking. I had enough of y'all robbing Peter to pay Paul with. talk my shit, use a bitch, pipe down. Quick load the clip, finna shut shit down. Click, click, I blast off your shit right now. Ain't no way you coming round for the other rounds.
100%.
I'm over all my trauma now.
Or talk through
and I'm
it, right?
finna fuck you with this sandpaper dildo.
Ain't no way you coming round for the other rounds.
My boy. Man. All right, so first and foremost, give my thoughts, and then I'll read off, you know, some of the scores I was seeing from the chat and stuff like that, and information and stuff like that, because I do agree with some things. Listen, so you got in there, I mean, yeah, well, actually, we'll just start with that, right? The intro is kind of freaking long within itself. Like, while we do understand, right, these things are better done if we're seeing it visually, right? When that music video situation where they're just like getting out of the car, walking into somewhere in slow motion, like they're walking into a saloon about to like shoot up the bar, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to have one of those scenarios visually in order for people to sort of, you know, see what's going on or whatnot. I think, you know, honestly, it felt like another beat that I remember, you know, hearing from you know, I think another sort of artist or whatnot, but I can't remember which one it is, but it switched into like honestly like the sister of that other beat, right? It was not the same, you know what I'm saying? Kind of slightly different sample, or sampled in a different way, right? Which made it interesting. And in terms of, you know, you're very consistent with your style, you know, throughout, you know, always getting in there, telling a little bit of a story, trying to keep the, you know, the rhyme patterns and certain things like that freaking going. You know, and depending on the beat, I feel like you take certain things a little bit more serious. You know, you're decent on the more the you know, kind of fast mid tempo, you know, kind of situations. I do like you kind of on a more Griselda-esque, you know, style as well, but you know, not bad in terms of that. Around that time you got maybe like a 7 and 8, you know what I'm saying, just for your parts, you know, alone or whatnot. I think the feature sort of definitely elevates that, goes up a whole, you know what I'm saying, plateau. He got in there and ripped the shit out of that beat, man. And like, you know, I like that, you know, he kept it consistent, right, with the content. Got in there also with the rhyme patterns, right, while he's doing, you know, certain shit. Like, I'm like, man, everything that he's saying is facts, man, especially when he got to that, the dollar menu ain't the dollar menu, it's 3 now, right? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, like, I remember that when certain things were, you know what I'm saying, oh, 99 cents, man. Like, legit, man. Like, people need to remember that we used to have it good, where it didn't feel like corporations were greedy. Literally, you could buy a Sprite, and in like every other Sprite you would get, there would be a free Sprite. So you come back, get that Sprite, you may be able to get another free Sprite, you know what I'm saying, via that and shit like that. Like, they had a lot of great, just like, discounts, dope deals and stuff like that. Like, everybody felt just good about the product that they were putting out. Music too, right? We rarely talked about like fake artists and people who sounded like other, you know, people and shit like that. It was just a better time overall for, like, I think, society. Not many sort of like bad things really, you know, at least being publicized around the world and stuff like that. And people also like not in their phones 100, you know, like 24/7, you know what I'm saying, like actually going out chilling. Like, when I don't know why I'm reminiscing about all this right now, but I just thought about that just via that one whole dollar menu freaking thing. I was like, yo, what else was happening freaking back then? Like, we actually had to go to each other's houses to play games. Wasn't no online, you know what I'm saying, which is still dope today. I love that we can literally play, you know what I'm saying, things from around the world. But just thinking about that, you know, more personable experience or whatnot. I rarely talk to people on the phone, you know what I'm saying, these days. It's text, right? It's like, let me post this thing, get in the comments, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. But it does show you just like how technology and everything changes. Overall though, great freaking song. We'll go ahead and read some more off the chat, then we'll get back into the line up. Let me see where we're at. We say, I used to get you know what I'm saying, Huggy and Cosmic Brownie, you know what I'm saying, for 75 cents, man. $2, right? Inflation is a bitch. Inflation is a bitch, right? You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, y'all. Excuse my language. If you watch with your children, hello. Man, I always say the saying I always had was like, I'm the kid show for adults and the adult show for kids or whatnot. Right on the cusp or whatnot. The only thing that sort of that messes it up is like maybe we have an X-rated sort of record or something like that comes in. I can't stop that, right? Let me see. Dollar store ain't a dollar store no more, man. Like shoot, they going out of business and having a like at one point there was like 2 dollar stores right across from each other and stuff, and I'm like, what? Y'all just really trying to get everybody. Then they finally had to close one down and stuff like that. Thank you for I see the super chat. Would you put in a 2 song back to back or something? Okay, hold up. We got a 2 song back to back from the same artist. He wants to get another 2 in and see how y'all feel about freaking that. Then we will jump back into the free line, assuming I don't see a skip. Again, I appreciate y'all patience. So mixtape-ish for show. Kino also said, you said gotta shorten that intro though. Come in hard to be waiting, you know what I'm saying, for that long. Listen, okay, so just to get back to that, they're your options, right? It goes better with a video the way that it is right now, but on the record itself, you gotta at least either start it a little bit closer to where you're gonna start rapping at, or you talk throughout that intro, right? Let people know essentially that it's not just gonna be a beat. You know, for most artists, like, or most just listeners, they don't know, right? We're always hoping it's a beat. Let me spit a 16, you know, all that good stuff. 8 and 7, you guys said, you know what I'm saying, solid singing parts of Kino. See that easy. Take it was like, LOL, man, you know what I'm saying? And then let's see. So Lil Debbie, we don't read where you are in the line and stuff like that, unless you're in the skip line. If there is a skip line of artists, like right now AD is in that, let me just check and see if anybody else is. I can always tell you that order, but it changes when skips like that do come in, so it becomes pointless to go through that. We've been through it a million times, and artists would complain. I thought you said I only had 2 people ahead of me, and then 5 people skipped the line. Like, what do you expect?
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
What happened to my other freaking ish? All right, let me go ahead and put that in right quick, and then we'll jump back in.
I just need you to. Can you please just go? We all eat pizza, so
7 out of 10 seconds.
I got pizza if you need a PayPal me.
That's what I be saying. You never know.
Yeah, I'm a dog, but I stay grounded. They call me in because I stay clowned, and you wanna stay down there.
Look, I will have an episode where I literally will do let me put the lineup on screen, or just like, you know, announce it every time, you know what I'm saying, as I'm going through the next song type of thing. I'll have an episode where I do that, just to show you guys, you know, essentially what happens or whatnot, right? And when I had it like that, you know, again, it caused way more problems than, you know what I'm saying, than not or whatnot, right? Because again, artists would be like, all right, cool, I have this exact many songs ahead of me. That's about this many minutes maybe or whatnot. Let me go get something to eat, come back, and my song should be playing type shit or whatnot, right? And again, you don't factor in anybody who may pop up wanting to skip the line. Maybe they have a super mega ultra skip. That's 12 songs back to back. A takeover is 6 songs back to back. There are 3 song back to back skips, 2 songs. Like, we vary in sort of what people put in. Maybe they like the free long, maybe they like the free song, like a review that they got, and then skip the line after that. The point is, it's unpredictable. And then it changes whatever I would tell you where you're at. So be patient if you're in that free line and stuff like that, right? I appreciate you guys for even being at the show. I hope to entertain you while you are here throughout. Let your grandma know we live right now and to send in her music. And we will take a listen, man. We need to see what she got, man. Mommy. All right, what you see? You said I keep my intros short and my songs short for that reason. I could do a 3-minute song, but if you not, man, listen. I appreciate listen. I appreciate the 3-minute records. All right. Anytime you guys do anything that feels remotely short and you're just rushing in and out of the record, I don't feel like you gave the listeners their money's worth, right? I feel like it's not a scam per se, right? You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, some of you go after the like, oh man, no, if I make it short, it's replay value and shit. For me personally, I don't think that way. I don't want to just run the one verse you just did back and that's it. You know what I mean? I want something that like makes me want to freaking, you know, like again, it could be 7 minutes long. You went and killed that. I'm gonna run it back still. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear many parts, you know what I'm saying, over again. It really just depends on the situation that you are in personally though. All right, stop talking. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All right, right now we got hold up. I almost forgot, man. First 10 skips of the show, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me hit that record or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all get a little bit of a bonus. We're gonna record these things. And I can't do the both back to back. I think, you know, I need to stop it after this one, then restart it after the next one. AD with All Wrong. 1 to 10 in the chat. What up, Miss Luck? I appreciate that. It's good to see you again though.
I'd rather be insane than a boring ass slam bitch, closet racist. Why people telling me I'm white so I can't live all of the shit I've been up in, fuck they saying. I had a couple cousins out gang banging. Actions of them bitches left me in the pavement, saying that I'm lying because my dang skin and the eloquence I lack is me faking to fit in with this culture. Man, I don't give a shit about a motherfucking idiot's opinion. Being roasted cause I'm white by some white people, it's like a midget calling you sure riddle me this. Why do they all think that I'm an actor, man? Well, I think it's cause I'm poor and it's in they bitch mind that the poor truth is the black truth. That crap ain't true, the media's had you. It's pretty even in the trash, you been had you. Never had a conversation with a black dude. Speaking to suburban bitches, middle class too. Upper class, you only mad that you had to grow up in the trash, thinking that your race is rad. You getting mad at a dude you think acting black who doesn't got no money, thinking that's too low for white dudes. If we poor, then we fam, dude. To look down on rich dudes is to be together, smoke a pound with your dudes. To deal with them dudes looking down on us too. Down with the flu, dude. To look down on rich dudes is to be together, smoke a pound with your dudes. To deal with them dudes looking down on us too. Down with the flu, dude. Bars are harder than Bill Cosby in front of Morty Bottle. Harder than the bars he passing cause the chord's so long. Is y'all's money as Pinocchio, his nose will crawl the wall. To his sides if he says, yep, you took my horse, shorty, y'all. Get your penis checked, I'm funner than chicks stretching jaws. On my motherfucking balls, man, I think it's kinda funny. Y'all favorite plays with food stamps, but your music ain't worth nothing. You thinking you can run me and I'll break your legs, so fuck you. I'm always trying to learn, never be too good. I wanna be amazing, never be cool. Ladies see me rep, they flying into the roof and get them panties wet. Look at me and she flew. Rappers ride and they pop, it ain't gonna be nice. If they try, name a guy, he's gonna be nice. His 9 is his mind and his tongue is the guy's. Powder words of bull, this fuck white collar rhymes. To look down on rich dudes is to be together, smoke a pound with your dudes. To deal with them dudes looking down on us too. Down with the flu, dude.
Like the way
to
you
look down
flow,
on rich dudes is to be together, smoke a pound with your dudes. To deal with them dudes looking down on us too. Down with the flu, dude.
Going up. What do y'all think about that? 1 to 10 and our feedback is welcome. So AD, right? He's someone who's sent to the show quite a bit. I've gotten to know just like him more as an artist over time. Just like, you know, the more you guys send to the show, right? Like this is what it's about. Just people being a little bit more familiar with sort of like what you do, your strengths, your weaknesses, all that, right? For him, he is like, just if you continue to listen, right, you'll see many things. The consistent, let me get about, you know, let me get 4 bars, you know what I'm saying, in with a very specific way I'm gonna rhyme things, right? He'll have, you know, a good amount of, you know what I'm saying, energy in there depending on, you know, how the beat goes. If it's slower, it's a little, you know, less, but if it's, you know, like high energy like that or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, he goes in, right? But he'll have consistent sort of just ways of rapping throughout, switching it up, you know what I'm saying, every like 4 bars or so, which is, I think, important. I never like when an artist is just repetitive on a record. If basically, you know, you go in the same exact direction throughout an entire song. That's 2 minutes, that's 3 minutes, it doesn't matter how much time it is, you're only showing us one thing that you can do on a record, right? So I always say that, like, every 2 to 4 bars, you know what I'm saying, or 8, like whatever you're gonna do, like try to figure out what else you can do to sort of, you know, flip the energy, the melody, the cadence, you know what I'm saying, and it'll allow people to get more excited as the song progresses, right? Think about it like a roller coaster, right? We always use this analogy because it's the quickest and fastest, and everyone has, you know, most likely experienced a roller coaster. If a roller coaster only went straight, would you wait in a line for 3 hours for that roller coaster? If it's just gonna go one speed and it just goes straight and it goes to the end and then it goes back, that's it, right? You know, it'll feel like a waste of time. That's not fun, right? You have to have the, you know, ups and downs, the twists, the turns, the loops, the let me go up, anticipation of, oh my gosh, is this gonna make my stomach turn? Like, all of those things make people want to go on the roller coaster because it's fun. Oh shit, my legs get to dangle this time. I get to hang from I get to sit down. I get to stand up on the coaster. What? You know what I'm saying? All those different things make people want to, you know, basically endure and to experience the thing. So I always look at records in that same way where, you know, take us through a little bit of a roller coaster, right? Rap fast, rap slow, you know, show us the different energies that you can have. It's always fun as well if you sort of start off with very low energy and then you build into a high energy, like you're just like in bed at the beginning of the video, and then you're rapping with very low energy, you know what I'm saying? Eventually you get up, so it's slightly more, and then you stand up, and then you start like walking, you know what I'm saying, out the door and stuff like that. Then eventually, again, by the end of the video, you're running, shit's on fire, all kinds of stuff is going on. Like, that is a dope ass concept for a video. Even better if the record represents what that is. So anyways, big freaking salute to you going in there. Beat is freaking proper. It did kind of feel like it was a little bit loud as it did start off. Hopefully people weren't like, ah man, what, you know, saying type shit. We do have one more from him. We will of course separate this into another freaking thing, so give me a second. No, wait, should we read off? Let me see. So you said nah, let me see. So I was at Universal, you know what I'm saying, that it said 1 hour wait. I was like, bye. And you said I can't I can't. You said I can't. Did you say you can't for the good ones or you can for the good ones? And then let me see. Freestyle is better. My biggest issue was saying too much in you know what I'm saying, a bar. I can rap. I be saying too much, you know what I'm saying. I peeped if I, you know what I'm saying, freestyle, you know what I'm saying, it's better or whatnot. So for me, I mean, just since we're gonna have competition real quick, for me, I always prefer to write, right? I'll freestyle on the show, I'll have fun, you know, and get in there, but I always, like, 100%, if I were to freestyle on the record with one verse and then write the other one, the written one will always be 100% better. I have more time. I have no excuses at that point, because if I want to get in with the concept of the song, all I have to do is sit and think, okay, what would I specifically say regarding that subject and topic matter, right? If you freestyle, you may be able to think of maybe better ways to flow things and kind of have a certain energy where you're feeling it in a different way, but the words won't be as perfect as they would with that extra time to really hone in everything. when we freestyle, we often say some of the same stuff, right? Because it's off top. We're trying to rhyme. We're trying to hopefully make sense. But I always will feel like we'll get more out. We can think of an actual concept and stick to it if we, write it. We also don't want to sound like we're reading it, right? So it's a good middle ground that you have to get with the personality, the energy. All in all, like, as long as you feel the beat and we can tell you're feeling it, and then like maybe somebody will go, oh man, like bars, or he's sliding that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want those kind of comments those tell you that you're going in, right? You feel the record. We can tell you feel the record, and like if you were on stage, we'd be into it. We'd be like, okay, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to get people to like move at all when they don't know you, if you're not like demanding that, if you're not able to really command the crowd, or your song is just isn't hit. Like, trust me, man, a personality is everything when you're on stage. Some of you guys probably experienced that, just hands crossed, awkward silences and shit, man. I'm telling you, be a little bit of a comedian if you can. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to the crowd. Let them know who you are, essentially, and then get into your songs or whatnot. They'll listen to it in a little bit of a different way, when they can kind of like respect. Okay, let me see where they're coming from. All right, let me get back into the next one real quick. Hold on, sorry about that, guys. Just cause. And then he was saying, he did bring up a good point. He said something about like Jay Dilla, right? Because Jay Dilla would often have, Jay Dilla was interesting, right? Like on one of Common's albums, I think it was the like Water for Chocolate, right? There's just an interlude where it's just a beat playing as a snippet. You know what I'm saying? Comes in, goes out. And then and for a second though, you're like, oh shit, Common about to get down on it. And then it just goes off. And you're like, wait, what the hell, was that? And it feeds in to, the theme of the album and just the feeling and stuff like that, right? So you kind of accept it. But my argument is that you're not gonna put that snippet, that beat out as a record, right? That sort of short thing that you do, those are really good for like taste, showing people like, hey, this is just in case you ain't got enough time to listen to me right now, here's just a little bit of something, hopefully you enjoy it. And then the people who, again, if you're trying to stop people at the mall or out in a public place, we usually got places to go. I am here to go get my food, get back in the freaking car, get back home so I can stream to y'all, right? So if I don't really have too much freaking time, which these days, honestly, I think I'll give people more time now that I am an actual, review show host. I take this seriously. So if you ever see me out in public and you let me listen to y'all shit, man, I am always down. I embrace that shit now. The woman on the plane who had been nominated for a Grammy, and she was a gospel singer, and like people tried to stop her from singing her song. I would have been like, nah, like let me hear your ish. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm for it. So I appreciate that. Let me go into his next record so I can shut up. All right, let's see. Skip to. All right. What do you say? My first show was horrible. My second was way better. What did you do? What was the difference in energy and stuff like that? I mean, we could talk about live show situations as well. We always do.
I'd like to thank my foster parents for moving me into a rich ass neighborhood where everyone treats me like I'm a fucking criminal because of my upbringing and the shit that I had to do to live. They tried to take away my pride.
It's AD with issue.
What I took at the age of 5. These pussies triggered hate this guy. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. They tried to take away my pride. I can take what I took at the age of 5.
Let's see what he does with this type of beat, right?
Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. When I didn't have a place to live, what what y'all did for me. See me sleeping in the park, go the couch, and then you think that I owe y'all hoes respect. Nah, bitch, you my enemy. Said the world don't know me shit, so won't give a fucking thing. Hard respect, you can kiss my ass, y'all can miss my ass. With that bullshit, I'm starting mosh pits for God kids. All poor people and the honest folk need to get our class. Take a swig, get to shooting at the curl, judging CPS. Take it all, we even be burning God's cats. They thinking that you're poor and if your skin turns black, you're poor and white, you're white trash, but that is my past. So they think I'm ghetto, so all my friends are black. I stand with y'all, my race won't fucking ditch my ass. Cause my fam was bad and I made this brick white trash. And if you're poor, your skin color don't matter, man. That N-word tag gonna follow you, they'll get your ass. They try to take away my pride. I can take what I took at the age of 5. These pussies triggered, hate this guy. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry.
What happened? What happened? What was said?
They tried to take away my
said some of the comments got filtered or something.
What I took at the age of 5. These pussies triggered, hate this guy. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. If y'all bitches wanna not stop it and pop garbage about how you're good and cock blocking me, stop talking. The who does not got shit. I'll show you what y'all wish I was. Happy God dosh it. Now I'm slinging it back. Hurt me some more. God's got him cause he beats at his max. It won't do shit, does not got shit. Y'all acting like a brat. I'm in the birds, it's not got the myth. I'm seeing the crap. They hate us slinging my crack as I'm going to my damn ceremony at night. I've been up on it, alright. Y'all hear the moaning cause I'm sacrificing him to Satan. Pimps and hoes being sight. I done killed that celeb Jason, time to clone him, alright. Nursing homes in flames is God. Spitting fire on them guys. In foster homes we is driving buses over the side. Yeah, you got it right.
You got a story, man.
Mine. Not even know how to talk either. That's sarcasm, bitch, guys.
Let me talk about
it. Take away my pride. I can take what I took at the age of 5. These pussies triggered, hate this guy. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. They tried to take away my pride. I can take what I took at the age of 5.
Well, no, I didn't do it.
Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry.
There's just other freaking people who are freaking listen to this freaking song. I don't even know what I'ma freaking do, but you know what? We got to freaking get along. Everybody knows I'ma freaking tell you there's a lot of time where I freaking had some freaking weed to put it all up in the bong. I don't even know if I'm a real. Let me freaking go over here. No, you need to stop, random lady. Okay, so. Here's what I want to freaking say, right? There are, and then y'all can admit this, right? There's a lot of artists. Stop it! Why are you clapping, bro? Get out of here. There's a lot of artists who essentially you'll feel like they're telling the same story, right? Like they hear another artist's song, they sort of say, "Yo, I like that," and then when they go in and try to make the type record, right, the type beat, the type song of that song, they almost say the same things but rearrange the words a little bit, right? And you'll feel like you're just basically hearing, and like what that tells you is either society has broke down to a point where everyone's experiencing the same thing in certain areas, right, where they like systematically kind of have done something, right? Or you're just all in that let me follow, you know what I'm saying, the sort of leader or whatnot. That song popped off, it seems good, let me try to follow that lead and get in there, right? But I think there needs to be more of those of you who remember, like, look, tell your story, what you think about everything that goes on in the world, what you've actually been through. We don't want to hear like what we pretty much have already heard. We need to always hear in every artist what makes you unique, what makes your experiences a little bit different from ours. And also I think what we're seeing is, you know, a lot of the, you know, more Caucasian artists that are going through a little bit of a discrimination via the, you know, hip hop community at times or whatnot, right? Again, it literally had turned a point to where a lot of people kind of don't have M on their top, you know, who sort of feel like Benzino may have, or what's his name, a brand Nubian, you know, and I've never felt like that. I've loved the fact that if there was, you know what I'm saying, somebody of another ethnicity who could still rap and have and embrace that hip hop style, a good flow, like if you sound like something where we can take you serious, like I embrace that. So we love a Mac Miller. We love, you know what I'm saying, we embraced Paul Wall when he came out. We've been, you know, fans of the Beastie Boys for years, right? So it's been something that, you know, I think people do need to be reminded to, you know, respect, just like anyone with a voice that can actually get in there. If they tell a story, if they rap, if they're on beat, if they feel like they have like the hip hop, the culture in their blood, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing when we get into that conversation in regards to M. I will never understand where that hate comes from, because he respects hip hop enough to win in interviews. Like, there's receipts, right? He's in interviews, like showing you how dope Rakim's verses are, like reciting them, and like how his rhyme patterns are, like showing you how excited he gets about hip hop, right? Don't forget that stuff. In his acceptance speech, he thanked like all like hip hop, like straight up, like by name, like individually, like these are all the artists I grew up on here, you know what I mean? And reminded you like, oh shit, I forgot they exist, type shit or whatnot, right? And then meanwhile, you see a lot of other artists, right? They kind of hate on, you know, the past. They don't really even try to embrace, you know, some of that part of the culture, you know, anymore or whatnot. So, you know, in the words of Baby, you know what I'm saying, put some respect on his name, you know what I'm saying, put some respect on his name. And, you know, I'd say, you know, respect, you know, other artists regardless of their upbringing. Just let them tell the stories. Let them tell the stories that they have. See what kind of skill that they have. I don't care if y'all want to use the excuse of, oh, ain't no one playing Eminem at the club. Ain't no one playing Eminem in a drive-by, you know, or whatever. Like, not everyone's music is for all of that. I don't hear y'all doing a drive-by with Nas either. You know what I'm saying? The point is, you know, like, music is music. If you're good at it, you know, you'll hopefully get those accolades, right? I like to think that because a Joyner Lucas was able to make it, a Lil Dicky, a freaking Odd Future, you know what I'm saying, being very different than they were. The fact that, you know, we still have an Andre 3000 and Black Thought on our tops, right? Jay Electronica was always, you know what I'm saying, embraced, even when he hadn't had countless albums, right? Like, we love this culture or whatnot. There are some people who do need to be educated at different times, but anyways, a little bit of a conversation. We say, Kino, he said hip hop heads don't care if it's in the club, man. You know what I'm saying? And even more though, right? When we have this conversation, we bring up the fact that, like, Jadakiss, right? The Locks, like, even if they've made a club record, they're still rapping. They're rapping. They just make a record that the beat just happens to be able to be danced to. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the formula. You know what I mean? Still rap, make a good record, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Tell your story, like, have fun on whatever it is. You do not have to be literal when it comes to a, you know, a club record. You don't have to be like, oh, twerk, like dance, do this, do that. I don't need dancing. Like, if you only want it in the strip club and stuff like that, if that's basically what you're saying, you want to be Pitbull and Flow Rider pretty much, like, by all means. But I'm saying, I feel like both of those artists, right, if they had gone a different direction, they would have both still been able to be in the party sectors, and they would have been embraced by the hip hop community, right? Because I feel like they haven't really been able to show that, like, let me really rap, you know, side. And then most artists are in there. Yeah, Emma always pays homage, you know what I'm saying? Swig said. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me see, 8.5 probably, and then it blocked something. So 8 from Kino on that last one. Fire emojis also from Swig. Sheesh. Oh no, I had said sheesh. Y'all was talking about, like, y'all first performances and stuff, man. And, like, man, like, I remember mine. Like, I always remember the beat skipping, right? I remember if I cleaned the CD or not, it was just a stupid ass system. Beat skipping, or the mic kind of like cutting in and out at certain times and shit like that, right? Like it wasn't the best connection, and like that kind of, you know, pissed me off, right? Because like, man, like it's what you need, but it's also what makes me always tell you guys, like, bring a band with you to perform your freaking record for real. Not only are you gonna feel that much doper, right, with people who are, oh shit, they're playing my beat, but like from scratch with real instruments and stuff like that. It's gonna feel good, right? They can even, if there's a part where you talk about another artist or something like that, they can literally on the fly break into the instrumental from that song real quick, you know, just to pay homage, and then jump back into your instrument. Like, that's what's dope, right? So if you can have that kind of element to your live performances, it will make people feel like they got their money's worth. Even if they got it for free, they will be wondering where you are performing next. And I think that's the best way to get in there. You already said, I feel like Eminem got his style, you know what I'm saying, from Cage and stuff like that. The Slim Shady, you know what I'm saying, version, or what do you mean in there? And then Action, Bronson, you were saying, yeah, shout out to Action. Yeah, shout out to Action, 100%. You said, damn, you see, your person pisses me off because you not respect me because you like me. Again, there are some people who are there now, they're kind of brainwashed just in that mentality. They're just gonna like, you don't know, they're gonna assume you don't know the culture, you weren't a fan of nothing, you know what I mean? Like, and I think it's important just for you to be able to, you know, have those conversations. Do a little bit of a interview with yourself if you need to, or somebody else, where you actually, you know, have those full conversations out. So like, if anybody knows, they can just go to that. They can go to a song or something like that of yours. But until somebody knows that history, I mean, there's a lot of people who are always gonna assume, right? I'm black, right? The only thing that kind of saves me from immediately being looked at like I'm gonna steal something in the liquor store is the fact I have like glasses or whatnot, and I'm smiling when I walk in. Like, I'm a naturally just like happy, you know what I'm saying, like person. I like to make people laugh and shit like that. But if I'm walking in with like just a, like I'm a mad at the world kind of freaking face, you know what I mean? And then I look like I'm just kind of like sneaking around, you know what I mean? Like, I get the same sort of just assumption of something, right? So big salute. Hold on, we got a skip from Yoda, and then Rob is also saying he sent one as well, man.
It's in conversation, I think.
Let me see. He said, hey, Dorky, have you ever thought about interviewing some of these artists on this? I do interviews, and you guys are welcome to become one of those things or whatnot. You can check it out on the, like, I have a playlist on YouTube for it or whatnot, That Dorky Interviews. You can sort of check out the ones that I've done so far. I have been meaning to make like a compilation kind of visual of it so I can promote that aspect more. But you are freaking right in terms of, you know what I'm saying, being able to elevate that. You can also win interview, like on the giveaways that we do. That's sort of one of the ways that you guys are able to do that. Oh shit, did I run out of, or did I do that? Let me see. I don't know if it's this place. Okay. So hold up. I may have to move some of these to my other freaking thing or whatnot. We should be good though. Man. All right, so I wonder if that was just with that one. We'll see what happens, right? Because we got another skip right now. We'll go ahead and jump into that. Far down the list, and the free line again. It's not much I can tell. The most I can sort of like tell you guys when you have a question about the line is, did my submission come or whatnot, right? And so I can always, let me check, and hopefully you guys send with the names that you are in the chat, because some of you guys don't. You'll send with a whole different email, and then when you ask that, you got to think like, how am I going to answer that question if I don't know? You know what I'm saying? So just for you real quick, Kino, what was your submission? What was your submission? I know we still got to take care of the skips that we have. I'm just saying, what was your submission so I can make sure that your email came, and we'll see if you need to resend it again or whatnot. And I'll try working something out so that if it didn't and you were waiting this whole time, you know what I'm saying? I'll try to put you a little bit more ahead. You know what I'm saying? You said, I don't hear. I don't hear. Looking. No. Let me start both Robs and Yodas real quick. Now send again if you can. What did you send it with? Was it the my website or directly via email? If possible, again, be sure that you send to the right. You should get a confirmation email if you usually send to the right place. If you don't, resend it. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com. Remember, ThatDorkyReviewShow. And when you type it in right, you'll see my logo. Just realize that you're not gonna see the same logo that is right there, but you'll see a different logo that is, you know, it's got black, green, red, you know, so you'll see those colors. And you know, even more, make sure you put Kino submission in the subject line, so that way you can do that. Let's go ahead and put this in.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie,
ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com. You're probably not putting it in right then. Literally up there.
I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be just because.
Up there. Yep. That Dorky Review Show. Don't forget the at gmail.com. Don't forget that. And again, if that doesn't come up for you, do it. Just go directly to my website, hit the link in the bio, and then go to let me actually look at what you're gonna see right quick. As a matter of fact, let me bring this over here so everybody can see after I fix this right quick. All right. So if you go to the link in my bio via the link tree or whatnot, you'll sort of see the merch first. You'll see That Dorky Review Show. Click here to submit. Right? As a matter of fact, easy, yours should be there. See if you got a confirmation. Again, when you go to the thing, you'll see the first link at the top. Click here to submit. It should open up another web page that goes straight to the show, right? And then you should be able to submit right here via this form if you have a link. If you have an MP3, however, if you click that, I believe it opens up your email client and just, you know, directs you to post via the right email, right? See, so it'll put in the exact, you know what I'm saying, email that it is. It'll say artist song title right there, so you can actually put that in, and already have the description ready for you. And if that doesn't work for you, you know, it just may be like a mobile issue or something like that or whatnot. And no, you cannot. All right, we gotta put this skip in right now. Gotta put the freaking skip in. Listen, I was trying to go around, but then I saw a chicken. All right, this one is on Spotify. It is Soul. It's Soul with, no, Scowl, my bad. Seriously, bro. We got Scowl with Verbal Artillery. Give this a 1 to 10 in the chat. Any of our feedback is welcome. Y'all better rate this in the chat. Now the fact, you know what, I'm about to tape this, but I like the freaking.
In this day and age, fade away, breeze with the wind. Light years ahead of my generation. My state of mind
I did not expect that.
Intended for the masses. These are free classes. Picturing myself amongst the legions, homeland on my position. My flavor is this disposition. Trying silence to school. In this day and age, violence rules. It's a shame kids can't walk safely to school. But somehow, everything seems as if it's real cool. Real cool. Me, I try hard to let bygones be bygones. Philosophical motherfuckers. Is this a culture?
I did not expect that switch up, man.
Waiting in the limelight. Open mic, spent the line that gon' sound right. Roll up, they hook me to my pacemaker. The shook is up, fuck with me. Only in your dreams, no plaques on your wall. Feels like you got it all. Feels like you got it all.
Well, next time I see you, I'll kiss you. Is that what you're asking me? Really?
Yeah, you should try.
You should just go out there and kiss you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Go on.
I think I got it.
Start jotting lines on my last night. My sweat glands, Rico weed and Jim Bean. Everything's a blur. I can't see the paper, the vapor. Draw some unwanted attention from the seat I was sitting. Obvious from the position I wasn't fitting in. Glance to the left, if I step, I just might wipe out. Grit a growl on my face, I'm still in the race. Just a few sips in the bottle's cash. I might black out, or I might be the living zombie in this bitch. I'm still school, still bend and break the motherfucking rules. Welcome to the rumble in the jungle. Not a humble thought. Is he drunk if I run? I know I'm gonna get caught. No cash, step to the table, gamble with your life. Probably what's the smartest thing to do, but hey, fuck me, fuck you, fuck them. Hand me my Smith & Wesson 38 long, no special. Special, what's left of the dude? What's left of the dude?
And yes, yours came easy, Techie.
Really?
Yeah, you should try.
You should just go out there and kiss you.
How do you feel, man? Gonna be real, like I just wanna chill and I don't even really know what to do, but the skill that I have is something that I don't know what to do, but I can do what I like.
This war in the mix, flash, extraterrestrial, individual amongst you. High-fi, live wire, tighten my grip. Looking at the faces, couldn't handle the sober life. Stuck in the cell.
Almost feels like a throwback.
Mainline the demon, the wolf, the shrug and do sleep. Don't know how the fuck I'm walking and I can't feel my feet. This dream world, everybody looking at me like I'm the freak. Drool drips with every other word I try to speak. This demon was relentless, had no room for forgiveness. Only in Christ visuals inside felt the realness. The canopy late night under the sun, sticking to me like phlegm in the lungs.
What?
Well, next time I see you, I'll kiss you. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah. Okay. So this one's different, right? I'll say this, like, you know, I think a good record from any artist, right, has to have a certain like level of like, you know, just many things that can be like quotable throughout the song. Like people basically have to love your song enough to where they want you to perform it everywhere. You know, they get excited when you're about to freaking do it or whatnot. And it, you know, easy for them to sort of get in there and, you know, kind of rap with you, right? I do feel like it's a little bit kind of disjointed in that way. Like it does feel more of like a freestyle, or more like you're reading, you know, from your book of scriptures that and anecdotes, you know what I'm saying, kind of situation. It also does feel more like a throwback just because, you know, it's not really mixed yet, right? It's more like, I can almost tell you probably had one of those mics you hold in your hand to sort of like record the song. There doesn't really seem to be like reverb or any of the things that would, you know, help the mix and the vocals come out sound a little bit more cleaner and stuff like that. Part of me likes that almost like old school demo kind of sound to it, but I still always want the professional version of the record as well, right? Like when we think about garage bands, you know, which I always talk about, right? If you any band that you ever have liked at all, if it's Korn, if it's Paramore, if it's, you know, Coldplay, all of them have a garage band version of their earliest like sort of songs or whatnot, right? Because they were, before they were signed, they were still trying to figure it out. They didn't have access to the major studios and stuff like that yet. The mixes weren't there, so they had to record often in their garages, right? And you liked those versions just because it felt like, you know, it felt like just going against the grain. It was different. You didn't expect those versions to end up on radio or nothing, so, and they didn't. Right? It was only until they got into the studio and re-recorded it with better vocals, better instruments, right? And just everything sounding perfect and having that clarity. Then people started taking it seriously. Even more, I like to think that the better mixes help your let me share this to the people kind of thing. For us, right? You're the artist, you're gonna share it to whoever, right? But for us, I remember distinctively when I came across Odd Future's first stuff, it didn't make me want to share it, but I liked, you know, I saw the potential in what they were able to do. They didn't have the best mixes, right? You know what I mean? And then, and so I thought, like, man, if I share this, people are gonna be like, man, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? So I waited until they actually had, you know, the better, you know, situations that you know, that were more palatable. Now you have, you know, oh shit, I could do a whole reaction to this and, you know, see how people feel or whatnot. But if the mix is a little bit kind of crazy, you gotta imagine, you know, kind of making someone endure if it's too distorted or something like that. And like, you know, like in those situations, it's like, how long can you manage before you cut it off? Like that's the reaction in those times, if it's a meme record in that way. With yours, I can tell you're hip hop, you love the lyricism and really, you know, talking about real content. You don't want to go into the lanes of just like, yo, let me make this type record and do something. Again, everything about this record, the beat was very unorthodox. That's the other thing. The best records, we always want to remix the record. You know what I mean? We should want to get that beat and let me do my version of that and keep his chorus in there or something like that. But it's not that type of situation. What I do want to hear from you, right? Whether it's this episode or the next episode or anything like that, like I'm always trying to find, like, what are my favorite songs from each artist? If I have to showcase you to the world when you're not in the building, which is, again, I have many songs. I'm gonna pull out 5 random records, different artists. Just 1 second, right? When I talk about certain artists on the show and I'm trying to pull out, like, here's an example of just like how dope an artist could be, or here's someone you should work with type shit, right? I have just like very specific records from you guys in mind that showcase your talent in the best way, right? So when I talk about Real Cosby,
1, 2, 3. Look, I was getting high and I crash landed on Jupiter. Tried to fuck your sister, she wanted to watch a movie first. Doctor said I'm sick, so I tried to order a newer nurse. The game need change like the bottom of a Gucci purse.
Like, he is a bar for bar artist, full through and through, can get on those type of records, Drake type records, whatever it is or whatnot. But every record he gets on, you feel the energy. You know he's rapping, and you know you appreciate his ability to get in there. Lil Pimp Square, right, was the youngest, one of the many youngest artists that we had at the time. He sent this record when he was 16.
I'm in the mood, I ain't acting cool, always been straight. Mine on the power and money, that's all I intake. They all gon' put on personas so they can get paid. But fuck it, I ain't tripping, bitches always gon' do bitch things. It went from bad to worse to capping verses on the trends. Watching my magic work, this havoc lurking awfully dense. Still I just had to learn to have a turn, they call me a threat. He said he bagging burns, come back and turn, we'll knock him in sense.
Right? And so every young artist that basically went into the same old freaking like, it always amazes me when there's that one person who goes against the grain, who's like, no, I'm not gonna do everything that all the other artists in my lane are doing my age. Let me really get in there and freaking spit. You can tell he loves it. And every record, even if he's gonna get into the same type of beats that his generation would, right? Like more, you know, trap, emo, different stuff like that, right? Like he would still put in his all to those records too. I could play those, but again, I wanted to showcase a few different artists with each one of the things, right? Let me see. Let's go to the female freaking artists, right? We have different, of course, rappers. If you want to go with the, you know, straight, you know, club centric, right? You know, but still good. Brazy Luca.
Drip Versace, got the sauce. Yeah, I'm classy. I'm a freak, nasty. Hourglass, thick body. Real beauty, she bust it. Bitches ain't far from it. Ass shaking like jelly.
Right, of course. You know, club centric, you know, again, independent artist still, but good quality on the vocals there. Something that, you know, would go in the freaking club or whatnot. On the opposite side, we still have, you know, femcs out there who really rap.
Saints finna kill him like the government. The question won't be who I am, but where them bitches went. Ain't new streets is gonna feel me when I drop my shit. Every block, every ab, every hood there is. Every ear, every heart, and every abdomen. Whole thread out here, cause I'm better than half these men. You ain't even in my league, how you expect to win? Got me laughing cause y'all sound.
The levy bro smooth with the pick and roll. Hang the beat like it's a heavy coat. That's what I call a swag overload. They understand it, bro, but on the better note. Wait till you see what I call antidote as I expand and grow. Upon this plane has been so plain for me, a plane for Mary Jane.
Yeah. I mean, we can keep going through it or whatnot. I mean, I should have just played the nonsense approved situation, right? Because that, when you guys send videos to the show too, right? Hold on. When you send videos to the show, right? And, you know, if it becomes something like, yeah, again, if it's anything that any of us want to basically play again, and in most cases, I love using them as the showcase to show what you guys can do or whatnot, right? So we've had a few hip hop centric.
The son of Frankenstein, these niggas be taking lives. I created a monster, wolves ready to take your lives. Frightening, was like it's till indictments came. I'm just writing this pain, used to write on the train. No bars, just sag names. No disrespect, then the mag aim. 100 yards, that's the mag range. Black brains, tattoos, rep from where my man slain. Brand new chain for Willie Rocks.
I hit the block like a running back. Japanese denims, Carca 940 under that. These rappers kill me with they mumble raps. And painted nails, I 4 fingers smack. Stacking niggas.
41st side of 12th Street. Right. I'm well connected, niggas know me. Back heat, you know I gotta get it pop.
Straight, I couldn't sleep but couldn't wake up. Lost up in the daydream, watching on the same scene, replaying day to day. Should I burn or should I fade away? I know that if I burn too fast, the life I lead it can't out.
Cause I ain't really trying to talk to her. Got it on my mind, I wanna murder a bitch. Can't find a ride that I'ma walk to. Better tell a bitch I got it out for a bitch. Drop the Eddie and I.
We got live music. Shout out to Prescott, Missouri on that. Why? I pressed the wrong button and shit. We can keep going. I'm just saying.
Stand down. One false move. Man down.
On the mission, can't stop us. Like I said, homie, man, we had enough. Come together on one accord, unstoppable. I can't breathe. The camera see us down. I can't breathe. Put your gun to my face.
All right, all that just to come all the way back around and remind you that, like, you know, I want to find y'all best records that I can basically showcase like that, right? If ever there's a record that doesn't necessarily get there yet, again, it's not anything personal. It's just literally like for all of us, we have the records that we favor from everyone, right? We have for every favorite artist you guys have in your top 5 and top 10, I guarantee there are records that you still don't put on your playlist from them. You know what I'm saying? You don't sort of share out and be like, oh man. You know what I mean? We can be fans of people and still not rock with certain specific, you know, tracks or whatnot, right? There are certain things on the Carter that are decent. Other ones, you know, are questionable. And for a lot of people, there are things that are too questionable. You know, there are too many questionable tracks. And so thus they don't like the whole, you know, project as a whole. Especially, I guess, in regards to how you guys rate the normal, you know, Carter projects. So who was that? Which one, man? Which one, man? You know, shoot. All right, let's get back into it. I appreciate you for allowing me to review your record, man. You know, it was like facts, man. Let me see. True mix makes a big difference, man. I mean, again, it'll make people share it a little bit more, man. Like, man, it's good. There's no excuse for me not to. Because, you know what I'm saying? You said, I know I need to get my bars up now because I thought you was going to drop, you know what I'm saying, Billy Madison and stuff like that. So, listen, Big Dizzy needs to understand something, all right? First off, you know, there are only two times in the history of doing features with artists in this community that, like, I kind of have been stumped a little bit and have taken way more time than I should have because, you know, essentially, right, I love using references and getting in there with you know, whatever we're talking about, right? Again, I want to make sure that I'm on topic, on subjects and stuff like that, right? And so if the artist who goes before me, if they go and they basically use most of the references that I probably would have thought of, you know what I'm saying, and they do it good, right? Now I have to think of something completely different, right? And I have to really figure out how to still get in there without like, oh, let me talk about all the same shit, right? Or figuring out how to flip it, you know, on its head. And that is, again, still my favorite record from you, right? So not only that, I have the pressure in my head of like, I have to maintain and continue. I have to do a good enough job to make sure that it remains still my favorite record from you and that I don't hamper, you know, that or whatnot, which doesn't usually happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a verse that people have not been satisfied with that I've, you know, done as a feature or whatnot. And if it, again, go through it. I'll put all my features on one sort of like page or whatnot. You guys can, oh, what's the worst out of anything? And did I not do my job, man? Like, let me know. Yeah, beats fire and shit like that. Appreciate that. You say people are remaking beats for that Elephant song. What'd you say? And then Rob, as credit, I'll be back when I can. I was about to play your thing right now, though, my brother. Are you sure you don't want to go, or because I got you? You're basically gonna come up, and I gotta see if I can record it or whatnot, because the last one might have kind of overdid the amount of stuff like that. I have to transfer a lot of my files over. Transfer my files over. Yeah, let me know. No. Can't stay any longer. Yeah, sorry about that. My apologies. But I can do it as credit if you wanted to do that. Let me see what you say. See that, right? You're gonna kill that shit, man. Listen, I wanna get that in the bag. Yeah, Rob, let me know. I mean, you know what? I wanna try to do it as, and we'll see if we can do the record thing, because I'll have to test that out anyways, right? So let's see what happens. No! Damn, I can't do the recordation anymore right now. So I'm gonna have to spend all day kind of moving that stuff over. All right. I suppose I can go to screen record on this, and let me just turn off my notifications.
Excuse me, Mr. Gabapo, do you like cheese and freshly squeezed boob juice?
I just need you to. Can you please just go? We all eat pizza, so I make weird music. I got pizza if you need them, PayPal me. You see me on the playground, just yeah, I'm a dork, but I stay grounded. They call me in cause I stay clowning. You wanna stay down there.
Ladies and gentlemen, what are you gonna do? And your mama doesn't know what the hell she gonna do as well. Am I able? What is this? Oh, snaps. All right. Only problem is I'm gonna have to keep this quiet. All right, let me plop this in. You're gonna hear my voice in the background real quick. Shh, stop talking down there. All right. Make sure this is charging as well. No, you start talking down there. I'm up here. You're down there. Oh my gosh. Stop confusing me, bro. I'm trying to write this thing right here, man. Okay. I'm not confusing you. You're confusing. Can you understand that? Like, I'm you and you're me, and so you need to stop doing what you're doing. Okay? Okay? Are you good? No. No, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm buying time so I can download this freaking file because it's a wave. Listen, you didn't make it easy. You didn't make it easy for me. All right, here we go. Let me stop. I'm going to mute my mic so you ain't hearing this right now.
You already know what it is, man. Listen, we got Rob right here with Plax. Here we go. No, Plax like Max. Plax like Max.
Come on, let's go.
I'm chasing plaques just like Max, it's that 5-star flow. I got motion like when you top over line of dominoes. Never stopping, always flowing just like waterfalls, you know. There ain't no kill switch on me, you can't stop this shit, no. I got it all on my own. I did it all on my own. I did it all on my own. Yeah, I guess that's why I'm arrogant. My flow is elegant, yours is irrelevant. Yeah. I do what I want, you do what you can. It's always been that way. Yeah, I pull tags, cause I'm really ballin' now. Y'all wear tags, so y'all can hope to return it. Yeah, hit that hurl tag off. Rip the tag off my purple jeans. Rip the tag off my purple jeans. Rockin' what I like cause I like it, yeah. Not cause it's designer, yeah. Y'all so big-headed as fuck, yeah. Y'all only like what's popular. Y'all don't like what you like. You only like what the next man does. Go get your own opinion, bro. Man, that can never be me. I like going my own way. I hate following all the trends, yeah. I don't wanna be like no one else, yeah. I wanna go and surf my own wave. Yeah, I'm making my own wave. My own wave. My own wave. I'm chasing plaques just like Max, it's that 5-star flow. I got motion like when you top over line of dominoes. Never stopping, always flowing just like waterfalls, you know. There ain't
I can do that, Keno.
switch on me, you can't stop this shit, no. I got it all on my own. I did it
What up,
all
OG
on my
TV
own.
Bomb? Welcome to the stream.
I did it all on my own.
All right, man. Big freaking salute. What did y'all think of that record? One to team. Again, that was Rob with Plax like Max and stuff like that, right? Overall, you know what I'm saying, it's within that, you know, more trippy red, you know what I'm saying, kind of freaking lane or whatnot. You guys know the Uzi verse, the Juice WRLDs and stuff like that. You know, so as we know, there is a lane, you know, for it. I thought the melodies and the fact that you did have variation, you know, is always welcoming to me. I don't like repetition. Like, that gets on my nerves to the core, right along with like hearing if an artist is AI or something like that, right? Like, I always want to just feel like the artist is working in some way, right? And if you have a very deadpan kind of like monotone, you know, energy, or you're not really, you know, trying to hit any kind of different octaves, you know, it doesn't really show us that you're trying. And, you know, you just kind of want to waste space for, you know, most listeners or whatnot. But how else are you guys going to get on those lists, on the, like, you know, top anything in most of the genres that you're in, if you're not trying to strive to be as good, if not better, than those artists that you guys are yourself inspired by, right? This one was about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Let me see. That extends all the way to the end. Yeah, okay, give or take, yeah. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I like artists to try to get anywhere near like a 3 minute sort of sector or whatnot, just to, again, I want to feel like if we were to get paid, right? Let's just say, man, again, I love having this conversation so much because I want it to become a reality one day. If we were to get paid by the amount of song that we did, right? Anything that's 2 minutes and below, that's like a part-time job, right? So those artists should get paid less. The artists who do put more time into it, right? You know that it takes not only a lot to still keep people engaged in the track, but also like, you know, with the production, with sort of like, you know, just feeling like you're doing your actual job as an artist. Everybody today just like wants to make music and then somehow just magically get paid, you know, for it. Oh man, pay me to come perform at, like, no, because the performances we see you do are not let me pay you to perform here money, right? You have to show people that everything that you do is worth it in order for that to happen. Like when it comes to features, if every time you have done a feature, you've basically, you know, spit your ass off and shit like that, and people can see like, yo, I'd get my money's worth if I did, you know, get it or whatnot. They're not gonna roll their eyes when you start charging for features and you're telling them that, because they see what you can do. They see the benefit that, you know what I'm saying, that comes of that. And if you are someone who co-promotes those features as well, it doesn't help if it's a one-sided deal. A lot of you guys will sometimes come across those producers who provide the feature from the industry artist, and like, the only reason why I hate those is because the artist doesn't know y'all on the song at all, right? So you release that song, you put it out, you know, you don't really get to do a video with them because you never contacted them at all. If you're interviewed about the song, please don't lie and say like you actually went to the studio with them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole thing though. And then they're not gonna know you at all when they try to mention that, right? Almighty E, what is freaking popping? You know, what did you say? You know, you said like, so I would just be where I should have been, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Cause let me see, either 3, let me see, and then yo, what's my fault? Yeah, if you want to do the 5, because you were a little bit more behind. So we got you. All right, let me throw the other one. Oh wait, were they both in the same email? Let me see. Or is it the same? No, you were saying you sent. Oh no, it just says back to back. But then, what is the Google Drive one different? Let me see. It looks the same, but we'll see. Yeah, Plaques Like Max. You said it's a back to back, but and then let me just double check if there's. Okay, there it goes. And then Confide, right? This one was also a. Oh, that was the fastest downloading of a wave ever. Oh no, file too large. Let me save it to this over here. I'm gonna have to relieve space after the stream today because the videos I got it to capacity now. Right, let me just make this come to the show music, and then I'll make a temporary folder, and we will go from that. And that was fat. Woo. Here we go. Let me tell you about your mama. Yeah.
New day, same problems again. Hate the way that I never.
This one's called Confide.
Just rather go get high again. Yeah, put my problems off to the side, cause I'm not living quite right.
Yeah, I got you.
Cause I don't know if I'ma make it through the night. Put them to the side. In drugs, high. In drugs I can fight. In drugs I can fight. In drugs I can fight. In drugs. In drugs I can drugs. Drugs. In drugs I can fight. In drugs I can fight. In drugs I can fight. wanna go take drugs and see space. She wanna all with me. She wanna all. She wanna all. She wanna all with me. She wanna all. She wanna kick it like yeah, taekwondo.
I think I like the other one a little bit better.
No judo. She want me to beat it up like judo. Oh, that's what I'ma do, yeah. Oh, I always seem to choose wrong. Always seem to choose my demons over solutions, man. What am I doing? Yeah. I fall victim to them each time, yeah.
Now you getting it. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but you know what? I always be talking about Gilligan because the food on the island, I don't know what to do with my eyelids. I don't know what to do. I'm getting high. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing is, I probably couldn't write that, what I just did right there. I probably couldn't write like that. You know what I'm saying? But I can only freestyle. I'm starting to understand why some of you guys might at least freaking try. So this one right here, I felt like you could have done a lot better. It felt more disjointed in terms of, you know, the approach that you did take. The last one was a lot better, you know, in my opinion, right? Like last one I definitely, you know what I'm saying, push, right? But this one, you know, again, every time we sort of, you know, get into the conversation, right? One thing that we end up telling you guys is, you know, a lot of you guys freestyle your songs, right? And I think it's a risk that you guys freaking take because it doesn't really allow you to truly come up with the best record, right? Because you're freestyling the tones, you're freestyling sort of where you're going. Maybe you punch in a lot, you know, all those things. You know, if you like literally take an hour, right? Go over just like studio footage of like many of the greats, some of the biggest artists, you know, in the industry or whatnot, right? I'm telling you this because a lot of us had access to that when we were growing up, right? As we're watching artists in the industry be on the radio, do performances on many, you know, different occasions, we're seeing the professionality, right? Them knowing every word to their song, not performing with backing tracks, right? Them in the studio, like really trying to compile and learn the song and then like perform it, as opposed to like piecing it together like a puzzle as they go. Like that, you know, some artists will still, you know, kind of, you know, try to do that and figure out, you know, they may record the record a few different times and then the engineer will piece together all the best tones and stuff like that. But, you know, ultimately that artist still has to go out there and perform the record without all that stuff, without any kind of like, oh, here's my vocal over here, like, because people want to see just like how good you are. This is why tiny desk scenarios are becoming the best thing ever for anyone. If you have access to a band even once, do a tiny desk performance. Like, this is for anyone, no matter what genre you are in. Obviously, if you guys are in the more auto-tune centric, you know, lanes, like, this is your time to learn how to sing your songs without auto-tune. People don't want that when it comes to live performances and those, you know, occasions. They want to see what you can they want to see you do this song with just an acoustic guitar or somebody playing piano, and it maybe being a little bit slower or something like that, right? Like, if possible, that's what will get you the respect, you know, from certain people who might have not really liked you at first or whatnot, you know, but when they hear typically some of the same songs that they might have heard already from a Trippy, a Juice, a freaking anybody, right? They automatically put you immediately in that category and they think you're trying to be that artist. They need to see and hear like the real you in most occasions. That is my opinion, you know, but give y'all thoughts overall and you know, settle in and settle down. What'd you say? You said not everybody can freestyle, let alone you know, good at it, especially remembering it. Trust me, I know, man. And like, so that's the problem, right? If you punch in too much or you're freestyling your songs, at what point have you memorized it, right? because in my mind, the better way to do a record is to know your stuff first and then performing it while you're recording it. You don't, at that point, after you record it, if you really love it, you can go right to a live event and perform it right away. You don't have to like, oh, let me now sit down with it for weeks and then like learn it from scratch, you know, like, but just by like listening to it consistently and all that. Like, no, like learn it before, right? You know, I mean, you could, and you'll know, like the artists who like have done it, you know, in that way, they'll know when they're making a decent song or whatnot, right? As you're going through, you know, and for people, I mean, maybe some artists aren't in that process. They don't know how or the best way. Honestly, I'll do a video with sort of the different process of coming up with a song and how easy it is to really kind of formulate, you know, when you're writing, right? Because you just have to see your lyrics as the pattern on the page, right? Knowing that, okay, right when I say this word, and I even put a little note like come in when the drum does this, you know what I'm saying? So I know exactly when to come in and, you know, hit that point or whatnot. And then I'll just know how it's written, you know, in that pattern. You know, how the structure is. Some people, maybe they just go and then write, right? And then it may stop. They may put a comma or a period or something like that, and then they keep writing on the same line, you know, and they won't realize that that's what makes it harder for them to memorize it, right? If you say something, if I go, this is for the first Gears of War, right? After I do that and stop, then I go to the next line. There's a hearse inside of a nurse in the floor, you know what I'm saying? Or there's a nurse inside of a hearse in the floor, right? Another line, you know what I'm saying? Go back, you know what I'm saying, to the middle or whatnot, right? I'll literally show that to you, right? Let me go here. Let me go here. Here, man. Right, hey, wait, come here. Wait, when did you get back?
I was beating the door the whole time and I can't.
Oh my gosh, man. Well, what do you expect? I was wondering when the dogs were barking and stuff like that. What do you expect? I'm streaming. Sorry, and welcome back. So like this right here, right? I'll tell you, in this process, I got you, Kino, hold up.
This is from the first Gears of War. There's a nurse inside of a hearse in the floor. There's a thirst whenever I curse at a door. Go to work, play Rihanna's work, then move on. Okay. See, you can find me blasting bugs.
And so like that okay was a line of its own too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then after that, I go on to the next line, you know what I'm saying? Which pretty much.
With the Delta Squad, I've never supported a movement unless I built the cause. I know your girl's a freaking beast, cause when we made love, she growled my freaking name 30 times before I felt her claw.
All right. Now that line, I admit, was longer and I had to fit it in a certain way, right? So let's go back into.
Freaking beast, cause.
All right. So I know your girl's a freaking beast because when we made love, right? And then I stopped right there, went to the next line, and then continued.
The movement less I built the cause. I know your girl's a freaking beast, cause when we made love, she growled my freaking name 30 times before I felt her claws. No concentration from Chris.
So again, just writing it in a certain pattern, I think helps you structure it a little bit freaking better or whatnot, right? Let's go ahead and jump back into the line up. Kino, we got you, of course, coming up right now. We're gonna go ahead and drop you on in. What up, WP? Is it WPB? Two-Face? What's up? How do I get my song played or whatnot, man? Send it to our email. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. It's completely free to submit, but there is a little bit of a wait time and stuff like that. Try to be as patient as possible, but it could be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, depending on, you know, what's going on. So you can skip the line to get your song played immediately or in a back-to-back fashion if you have more than one. Some people like to drop EPs and all that good stuff. But we are back into the free line right about now. Kino. This is called I Don't Hear. I don't hear. I can't see or I can't even think about what you gon' do. I can't hear. Feels like it would be one of those. Let's see what he does.
She tryna call, but I don't hear. Said she say you love me, you don't care. Now I flood my wrist and auto wear. I used to
Why would I skip?
about Bugattis, yeah. Now I'm trying to get rich like I'm Young Gotti, yeah. Why you flexing like you caught a body, yeah? I do this shit for real, this ain't no hobby, yeah. No, this ain't no hobby, yeah. No, this ain't no hobby, yeah. No, I can't move sloppy, yeah. I nicknamed him Scotty, he called 30 to his body, yeah. I'm just trying to stack my bread and get rich like my last name Roddy, yeah.
Now my money moves, pooping is for trying to fuck you. Pills and alcohol, numb the pain. So many secrets got carried to the grave. I had to post up with my brothers. Had to get it out the mud from my mother. Watch your back, the chopper sound like thunder. This year, I'm gonna make it out of here. I just need someone to hear.
She tryna call, but I don't hear.
I can understand when there's like an intro.
She tryna slide through, I ain't there.
I don't agree with
Why
that,
you
Big
say
Dizzy.
You love me, you don't care.
With this one.
Now I flood my wrist and auto wear. I used to dream about Bugattis, yeah. Now I'm trying to get rich like I'm Young Gotti, yeah. Why you flexing like you caught a body, yeah?
Gotti, yeah.
They said when I'm in the tank, man, I'm in the yard. There's a lot of times this is really hard. I don't even know where the hell to go. Man, I'm really cold, like an Ella Snow. People always, man, be like, I don't know what the hell you about to do, but man, I'm gonna flow on the whole shit. There's a lot of time when I wanna go spit. People like, nah, dog, if you become a rapper, you gon' do it for a little bit, then gon' quit. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get up on the freaking same song with you and somehow just get up on and make a whole hit, but I can try. There's a lot of times I can live, but also I can die, and I don't even know what is happening inside my mind. How the fuck do I do that? I can rhyme, I guess.
She
I just
call, but I don't hear.
Mother effer.
Big freaking salute.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's always fun when people don't expect that to happen. Listen, I like the overall melodies that you had on there. It's a good overall vibe, man. People know on this show that I love a good vibe, right? I mean, overall in the production, just something that kind of makes you feel a little bit more relaxed in whatever the kind of situation is, right? It almost is somewhat in a slight, we like to say like trap emo to a certain extent, but then also like R&B, right? What lane do you feel like you're in terms of like when you post a record, what genre do you primarily put as those like hashtags? You know what I'm saying? Would it be R&B? Like more again, if most of your content is, you know, talking about a girl, relationships, you know, stuff like that, right? It sort of fits way more in R&B, but you know, depending on the production, right? It could have, you know, trap elements and things like that bring it into other genres, right? And some of you guys literally will not even put R&B, but will make records like that sometimes. So I'm always curious on what genre you guys consider yourselves, you know what I'm saying, within. The song itself is only 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So of course, I'm always gonna want you guys to extend something if possible. As you can see how dope it would be to extend it just a little bit more, to get some verse or something like that on there. You can always have an open verse situation and test out different artists on, like, you know, TikTok and many of the other platforms. I always feel like that's the best way for you guys to get your music out, period. All right, why is TikTok and many other platforms, when you just like are performing in front of the camera and then like you have a little open, why is that the best way? Because A, you are showcasing yourself as an artist. People are getting to hear a song from you, seeing you perform it, hearing how dope it is, and then going, oh shit, I can hop on this too, right? And so they'll collab almost immediately with it, show you what they could do. And it's funny just like how dope everyone is, because some people will tap in with extra drums, right? They'll be a drummer, they'll be a guitarist, it'll be a rapper, a singer, you know what I'm saying? And they'll all collab to try to see if they could, you know, fit the song properly. You could really find the best feature for the song in that way, and it promotes the song. By the time you're like actually releasing it and you have the video and everything, people know about it. They were like, oh shit, that was the one that I hopped on. And you know what I'm saying? And immediately they're taking a I think a more of a respectful reproach. That's not it. You know what I mean, man? Like they're buying into the song a little bit more because they kind of were a part of it at one point, even if they didn't become the official feature or something like that, man. I think it works. Then I was also asking him if, because he was like, don't skip, I come in at this time or whatnot. I was like, nah, it's a good vibe. Why would I skip? I want to hear what's up there. Yes, you could come in with some ad-libs and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe an answering machine phone call or something like that right there. If you want people to feel like you know, like there's some presence, because you know, we all admit, like at first sometimes we do feel like it's a beat, right? We don't know that there's an artist on it until they do pop up, and sometimes it is that, like, out of the blue. What do you say? He said, I'm a rapper first, but I like singing shit too or whatnot, man. Such is the new generation, man. Everybody in their feelings now, man. You know what I'm saying? But listen, right? If Drake taught you guys anything, not that you guys care what Drake thinks anymore, right? But if he taught you anything, it's that, like, you can do both, right? You don't have to do both at the same time all the time. Or, like, again, there were times where he just straight raps, and then there are times where he will do the melodic sort of thing, right? And I feel like when you choose the right times, you know, for certain people, it allows you to be a little bit more respected, right? However, you know, there's also levels to it, right? Because if you do too much of one thing, then you start to lose that other side, right? That's why when, like, at a certain point, Common had said he didn't really like Drake because he, you know, sung too much, right? But if he had done more rap shit, that wouldn't even have been the topic. Mos Def at some point said, oh, he has good music for, like, you know, Target and Walmart and stuff like that, right? Just, he's basically saying, like, radio music or whatnot, right? And that means that Drake's, you know, didn't do his thing in terms of, like, let me remember that I do love hip hop, and I need to show that appreciation to that side too. Like, there was a time where he embraced, like, J Dilla and like Ninth Wonder and like all those type of artists and producers, right? And at some point he just became way more mainstream. Let me do stuff with 21 Savage, with this and that. And you lose yourself if you go too far and you don't sort of make sure you're managing and balancing all the different lanes, right? So balance, I guess, is the word of the day, right? And he said, don't fuck with Drake, right? Don't fuck with Drake. Were you on the Kendrick side? Man, he's like, nah, I don't fuck with Kendrick either. Who Drake Lamar? Let me see. What'd you say? You said I expected more. I don't know, that's just me. And so what that Big Dizzy was saying, you said, I think his flow too simple. He didn't put any thought into, you know what I'm saying, what he was saying. And you also said this could have been, Big Dizzy said this could have been on Carter 6, man. Listen, man, I don't know. Some songs on Carter 6 are good, so I don't know what that means, man. Some songs, right? I'm not gonna say everyone. right? I'm not gonna be that guy. You just have to wait each day to see my review of each record if you weren't there during the live or whatnot. But I'm posting them daily, you know, until we get to the end. As a matter of fact, the only one that I don't have was the very last, you know, song, like the stream cut by that time. And then, you know, so I'm not gonna have that, but I'll have every other one. And I'm curious on if you guys want me to react to any other, like, I want to do a whole series where I not only kind of react to new stuff, but I want to go back and listen to, like, the first, like all the Locks albums, or the Redman, the Ludacris, Buster. I want to reminisce about all those records, or like classic No Limit shit, man. Like when Cash Money and No Limit, like all the early records that they had, I thought were fire or whatnot, right? We were still in an industry where you had to still be original, you know, maybe have a gimmick or something like that. No Limit, we're always talking about tanks and soldier stuff, right? Related and related that back to street shit and hip hop. And then Cash Money, yeah, they came in with the money talk, but also they were the only ones who did it. When they were the only ones, I felt like, you know, it was okay for them to be exactly freaking that or whatnot. It's only when everybody else starts following it, then you start realizing a lot of the artists who would follow Cash Money didn't actually have the money Cash Money did, so they would have to fake all the I have this, I have that or whatnot. And you know, that's at least how I saw, you know, the downfall of just, you know, the industry, the follow culture of like, oh, he made that, let me make one too, right? It wasn't always like that. It was like, okay, we all have to make some kind of hit for our singles. What kind of hit is that going to be? It doesn't have to sound like anybody else's. It should sound like something different. And if anyone wanted to make a song like yours, this is how it was in the 90s, all right? If someone wanted to make a song like yours, they wouldn't make a song like yours. They would just remix your song. They'd take the beat that you have and make a mixtape record where they're just kind of rapping on it, showing that they could either do some dope written freestyle or a up-top freestyle, whatever. Like, that's how it was, right? You let the record have the style that it was and be what it be, and then if you had to come up with a hit that's better than that, then that's your job as an artist or whatnot. Today, y'all will literally hear a record and be like, I want to make that. Exactly. But like, let me change the words to this because like, you know, I don't, you know. What do you say? We are the streets need to go in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, man. Listen. Locks is on some shit. Let me see. Let me see. What did you say? Let me see. Money Trees. Drake doesn't know, you know what I'm saying, anything about that. He never rapped in the car with his friends to get away from the issue in life. Man, listen. Tragic. And he said, bro, Kendrick is just way better and stuff like that, man. Let me see. Hopefully I didn't give a vibe that I wasn't a Kendrick fan. I'm a fan of the culture. All right, let me see if I can make this make sense for you. Right, when Tupac and Biggie were beefing, I still listened to Tupac and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Beef doesn't deter me or make me choose sides. We win as a culture because we get better music from everybody who's feels like they have something to prove, right? And the only thing I felt like Drake did, you know, wrong was kind of admitting defeat by releasing an R&B record after Not Like Us Super Bowl performance and shit like that. Like, that was not the move, sir. You know what I mean? Like, you needed to come up with a whole nother album, continue, you know what I'm saying, where you left off, not just one song. And that's why he lost, right? Also, you know, just I think people are kind of like over that phase of music, like Pretty Boy raps and shit. All right, we're gonna get back in a line. Appreciate y'all. Let me make sure we don't have a skip so we can do so.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
All right, Easy Techie, we got you with See-Through. Let's go ahead and I keep forgetting I have to save to this different phone. Man, I cannot come back later until I basically fix this. I'm gonna have to basically like put a whole bunch of things into the YouTube rotation basically. So get ready for that. I'm gonna have a schedule. I have to make it like a schedule of freaking stuff so we'll have consistent content. We're in the free line, y'all. That's what's up, Keith.
off the road. Ain't nobody know the pain that I hold. Lips sealed, cause it's better off staying untold. Can we just put the past behind us? Getting high to forget so nothing can remind us. I'm fine, but we can go where nobody will find us. I lied, I'm out of line, I think I need a ride up. She ride my mind and she the reason that I light up. I try to be the guy she need, I'm out of trials. I'm finding ways, I need to clean up in the aisle. And I'm a disgrace, cut me out and make it final. I cannot read you. I'm the one that's always see through. I do not need you. Had me thinking that I need you.
I see you, Mr. Fresh.
You. I'm the one that's always see through. I do not need you. Have me thinking that I really need you. Always looking for a way to escape. Think weed and it stinks. True me's on the way, but it's never gonna help me to break free from your chains that you placed on me. I'm tryna pull a Doctor Strange. Memories of me erased from your brain, like the MIB blacked out, left, came back, then I went to sleep. Why can't we just forget all the history? Maybe we can just accept it. Don't forgive you after leaving me reckless. When you text me, scared to open the message. You got a spot in my chest where you nesting. Remember when we was something like some best friends? Missing your presence, but if it ain't you, then our time was a blessing. Lessons learned, gotta watch who you invest in. But I'm here if you need me, don't stress it. Do you want girl or do you not? I don't know. Playing with me like I'm under control. I'm just trying to give you what I never got, cause everybody leave me out in the cold. Told myself that I'm better alone. If you're in my lane, then I'll run you off the road. Ain't nobody know the pain that I hold. Lips sealed, cause it's better off staying untold.
I'm back in it, I'm back in it, actually thinking I don't even like know what the hell is happening. I'm rapping for show, but that wasn't so freaking cool. And I also like don't even really know if I'm doing things. You better always know that I be moving, hey, freaking over to do it. All right. So my thing is this, right? I appreciate some of the performance that you have on here, but I do feel like it's getting clouded by the mix. A lot is going on with the overall production. Like I can hear that there are you know, sort of maybe what feels like, you know, alternative rock elements or something like that. But it kind of gets clouded by a few things. I don't know if there's like an 808 in there that, again, when you hear let me double check. Yeah. Listen, when do you hear 808s and like rock elements ever together, right? There's a reason for that, because it kind of clashes a little bit. And you know, while I like certain aspects, I just feel like it needs to be mixed better so that we're hearing everything, right? Nothing should feel like it's, you know, tucked under the beat to a certain extent or hiding behind certain freaking elements and stuff, you know. But there definitely is a appreciation, you know, for some of it. It's very different. I don't see everybody rocking with it. You know, again, it may be a little bit of an acquired taste. So you got to see. You got the seep. You got the seep. You got the seep. You got the seep. You got the. Let me stop. We got Mr. Fresh coming up with a 2-song back-to-back skip. We're gonna put that in, and then we're gonna get back into the free line in a momentarily moment or something. So that was more of a bridge.
Can you please just go? We all need pizza, so I make weird music. I got pizza if you need them. PayPal me. You see me on the playground, just I'm a dork, but I stay grounded. They call me because I stay clouded. You wanna stay down?
Hey, you wanna stay down, and you wanna stay down, and you wanna lay down and get on a Greyhound. And let me see. So big freaking salute to Mr. Fresh as we come through to see what's 2 songs that he accumulates for us today. Let's see. Thank God I'm fresh. Hey, okay, so it's like TGIF. And we finna see what he does with this. Let me close these windows as well. All right, though.
There's a lot of times you know that I'm gon' fight your ass won't bite no freaking ass, but the blah. Oh, right, I guess close that.
TTIF, think I'm fresh. TTIF, think I'm fresh.
That's right.
TTIF, think I'm fresh. TTIF, think I'm fresh. TTIF, thank God I'm fresh. Thank God I'm fresh. Can't speak for the rest. Can't speak for the rest. I'ma host you a guest. I'ma host you a guest. Boy like mess. Boy like mess. I'm hot like a mess. I'm hot like a mess. Dressed to impress. Dressed to impress. AKA Mr. Fresh. AKA Mr. Fresh. Always right, never left. Always right, never left. On the mic, I'm best. On the mic, I'm best. Cooking up like a chef. Cooking up like a chef. Champion like Steph. Champion like Steph. I'ma ace my test. I'ma ace my test. I'ma chase my check. I'ma chase my check. I'ma ace my test. I'ma ace my test. I'ma chase my check. I'ma chase my checks. TTIF. Think I'm fresh. TTIF. Think I'm fresh. TTIF.
TGIF, y'all.
Think I'm fresh. TTIF. Think I'm fresh. TTIF.
I felt like it was a little bit louder all of a sudden.
TTIF.
Am I tripping?
Am I tripping? Matter of fact, you send your freaking songs and I listen. I rip it, freaking up like I don't know if I'm taking it off like 5 shits now.
Think I'm fresh. TTIF. Think I'm fresh. TTIF. Think I'm fresh. TTIF. Think I'm fresh.
Listen, I hurt you. If you ain't freaking over watching Steve Urkel. Used to be back in the day with all the shows when I watched TGIF and Wooded just sitting holes and zipping the biggest holes and giving his own.
Listen, my dumb ass would have rapped about TGIF, like the whole, you know, show situation. That's what I would have done. But I like how you flipped it. TGIF, thank God I'm fresh, right? You know what I'm saying? It's simple, you know, creative, you know, you sort of are able to play off that. Now again, if I were to, I'm serious though, if I were to bring the song to another level, right, it would be to sort of somehow have line, like, you know, still be talking about the same thing, but then to have lines that you are sort of able to pull from that TGIF lineup somehow, right? Somehow, you know what I mean? Like, be creative within there. And if you wouldn't do it, right? If there was a feature, such as myself, that's definitely where I would go, you know, with the verse, right? Because, you know, I can talk about being fresh or whatnot. That would be too simple, you know, for me or whatnot. So, you know, you got to go in both ways. So, you know, fresh, I'm fresh like Stefan, you know what I'm saying? Versus Steve Urkel or whatnot, right? It's a nice little contrast kind of situation that could happen. You're still consistent, glad to hear or whatnot, right? Like, so far, I have never heard you specifically on a type beat, right? I'm trying to make sure I don't kick over my thing. I haven't heard you on, like, you know, type beats or just anything that sort of like other artists, you know, sort of hop on and you know, oh, let me make this certain artist type of song, right? It's your shit, right? So for the most part, like, you come in with you know, stuff that does feel like it's of an era, sometimes, you know, a little bit more recent. You have a simple, you know, style. Sometimes it will be a little bit repetitive, right? So like when people are trying to find the best of the best and like the people that they, oh man, they can sing, you know, that type of shit. When it comes to melodic records, they do want an artist to be able to have that kind of flair, you know what I'm saying, too, or whatnot. And for some, if they're not willing to give you that kind of accolade, you know, just yet, you know, I think most people can still say like, you know, you're able to get in there with a decent vibe, you know, that you know, with the right visuals, right, we'll always be able to grow into something else or whatnot, right? We'll have both of your songs compete. We'll put your second one in, which is Give It To Me, man. And listen, we already know, we know this one. This one is, at least in my eyes, a classic, right? If you are in summertime right now, right? Like, let me know. Would this play at the barbecue, right? Hold on.
Quienes tienen la Nissan Frontier.
Not that. Would this play at the barbecue? Now, hold on. Let me actually, damn, I can't. I'm gonna have to do it later. Let me just, again. So, I need everybody to give me your thoughts on this one right now, right? You know what I'm saying? It's summertime. Y'all outside. It's hot. Y'all getting the lemonade and whatever, the drinks, you know what I'm saying? Ice cold beers, all that good stuff together. If you guys are out there in the park, you're having family gatherings, right? You got the barbecue going. Does this get played in that rotation, right? Because for me, you know, I think Snoop Dogg, I think Too Short, I think Nate Dogg, E40, DJ Quick, right? Sugar Free.
If you like what you see, give it to me, baby. I want you, you want me. Give it to me, baby. If you like what you see, give it to me, baby. I want you, you want me. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. No ifs, ands, and maybes. Maybe you drive me crazy. You amaze me. I like you. I'm gonna invite you. You can have one night or two. If it's tight, you can get a few. Just let me know. All day like 24. All 7 days. We can do it 7 ways. Like missionary. That's the mission, Mary. Listen, Mary. Let's kiss and marry. Yeah.
I see y'all walking. I see y'all trying to walk right now. Some of y'all playing around doing the running man. Listen. Quit playing. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
If you like what you see, give it to me, baby. I want you, you want me. Give it to me, baby. If you like what you see, give it to me, baby. I want you, you want me. Give it to me, baby.
They say we just chillin', freaking running. I don't even know what is happening, but freaking. Let me stop.
I ain't even gonna try. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, you can't follow that, man. You know what I'm saying? What up, DK? So, again, in my opinion, like that's a summer record right there. That is 100% summer record. You get in there, play that at the barbecues, right? You know what I'm saying? People running around, soda pop, throwing water balloons, you know what I'm saying, water guns. Like, y'all know it. I know y'all feel it. Like, if I'm DJing one of those situations, I'm throwing it in rotation. He has a few of these, by the way, right, that are perfect. I'm glad that you're sending, like, listen, if you're smart, you sort of like think about what's happening and like the type of records that might, you know, get put on those playlists about freaking now or whatnot, right? When it's closer to like, you know, December and stuff like that, the more Christmas, you know, themed records that can possibly come. Again, I'm still waiting for that, my bro. I don't know if you're gonna do it or not, right? We always sort of like go in and out, but like a Christmas album from any of you guys, man, like I'm telling you right now, okay, I will make a promise to y'all. If you make Christmas albums, I will make sure to go live either the day of and or day before, right? We'll have a whole special just kind of like going through y'all projects and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know, whatever seems fair, right? Like 2 or 3 from the each project, so we can get a taste of like what you guys, you know what I'm saying, are doing. And then we'll put the link sort of like everywhere in the chat so people can go, you know, to check them out or whatnot, right? I absolutely love when you guys are able to get into certain themes and make it happen. Now, Fresh has his own style, so that makes it even doper to sort of see what he would, you know, come up with. But I'm also curious about many of you guys as well who like, not that y'all don't have an original style, y'all do, but Fresh is, in terms of some of the more melodic artists, you know, he's not the like, let me auto-tune everywhere, let me do high tones. He barely does like harmonization we talk about. He's just in a very specific lane, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to compete with a Chris Brown and stuff like that. And to see what he would do, it would be funny. Cause again, it's not covers. It's like, let's create some original, you know, Christmas themed, you know, records or whatnot. Every time I say that though, he goes, F Christmas, man. So I always get the vibe that like something happened where he's just like, he don't like it. He don't like Christmas. He says, so how do I send my music? Information should usually be on the screen. And if I ever need to make that more clear, just let me know. But you can send your music to my email.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
Let me get Almighty. Almighty. That was weird. Why would you do that, bro?
Listen, I mean, I was trying to say Almighty, but like in a cool, weird way. And then what had happened was,
let me see. Complete. There we go.
Me and fly, super fly, super fly.
Nice flip.
Super fly,
I wonder what Tim would think.
Boy, I've been that shit. Why would you go out your way to gossip? That's no benefit. You can't guilt trip me, and I will not plead my innocence. You following the in crowd, cause you don't have no innocence. Every bar line hard, put in work is my time card. Of course I think I'm the greatest. What the fuck I got a mind for? At the rate I'm going, I might have to go and rate myself 5 stars. Watch out for them snakes in the grass. Where is my line mark? Hey, big, you is dismissed. Wish a nigga would get out of line, that's on my wish list. No Christmas, my presence always felt, that's why they miss me. And you can believe it or not, boy, like Ripley. I said it once, I'ma say the shit one more. I'm never lacking or slacking, these niggas be biting my style. Joe, I am the top pick, I wish I had her so I could pick my bro. Shitting on all you haters and y'all mad cause y'all toilet brush.
I'm so in it. Listen, y'all can enter competitions, but I'm also probably gon' also win it. I don't know like what I'ma do, but I like really like wanna rap on this like shit, and I think that me and you cool, and like we definitely should like hop on a song, cause a lot of artists get a beat, but they all hop on it wrong. You know what, dog? We both are hop like a frog and then like land on all the freaking shit. You know what? We both the man dog, hand dog, the mic too. Okay, so big salute, man. I actually like this, right? You know, the thing that I love so much is that like when an artist makes a remix, and I've said this countless times on this show, right? When you make a remix, the best ones are when you can flip the sample of the original record, you know? So sometimes getting another producer to sort of go in there and do something different as opposed to you just rapping to the instrumental, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know, like if you're just rapping to an instrumental that we already know, we've heard the original song so much that we've already worn out, you know, in some cases, even like listening to that song in that same, you know, way or whatnot, right? Like if it comes on, we'll still love it. But there are some songs we've heard so much, we're not always searching for it, right? Until it's revitalized by like, you know, a producer turns it into like maybe a drill or a trap version or something, right? And I always feel like that's the best kind of remix that you can essentially do. My only criticism is wanting more, right? I'm always going to be that type of listener where like I want you guys to put in your work with any and all things that you can freaking do. As long as you rap for real, as long as the beat is dope, and you know we'll have things that inspire the artist to be able to do more, right? You can do that. And even if you have a longer record, you can still cut. You can cut like, you know, segments for the content. Because if your mindset is like, I want to be able to make, you know, short, straight and to the point, but still dope, you know, content that people can, you know, inhale real quick and then like bounce out.
But like you can still, you know, do, because this is what happens, right? If they like it, then if they go listen to the record, they'll get a surprise by having more verse in there, maybe some features they didn't know were going to be on it or whatnot, right? So you can always condense the content wherever you want, right? We don't expect you to perform a full song at a venue and a live, you know, performance kind of situation. Like we, in those cases, like we know you guys want to get more done, so we expect you to shorten the records in those cases if you want, you know what I'm saying, unless you want to give us more, you know, throughout these songs. But with everything, you know, I appreciate that. I'm also curious on how Tim, you know, would hear this or whatnot, right? Because it's a Missy, you know, kind of thing, and you know, shout out. Let me see. Fire emojis from Mr. Fresh on there and stuff like that, right? But yeah, man, that was nice. And I was like, at first I thought it was gonna just be the instrumental or whatnot, right? And I was like, no, something different is happening. He also said he made the beat, so it's good to be able to know, like, how long have you been producing as well? How long have you been producing? Just cause it's always dope to know when you guys are just artists or artist producers, and you know what I'm saying, you've been producing your stuff. And also, do you prefer to, what did that do? Do you prefer to rap on your own beats most of the time or someone else's and all that good stuff? Man, what is happening? Why does it seem like my Shima with every freaking chip or whatnot? Let me see. On and off a couple of years, but never really stuck with it and stuff like that. And he said, I want to get to the point I'm making all my beats or whatnot. Man, well, listen, for me, it wasn't hard, right? Because when I started, you know, like pretty much I started off like playing with my dad's, you know, keyboards, you know, that he had, because him and his brothers would make music, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. And so as a kid, I was already playing with that. So when I got interested in actually wanting to do it, right, got me my own. And, you know, my mom hooked me up with her friend who had a studio. So I would go there and record for a bit. Then he gave me like Fruity Loops and then like, you know, a few recording programs in case I wanted to record myself and just like practice before coming back to the studio. And all that, you know, really helped me like just continue throughout time to just sort of like really have that aspect of making what I want, right? Because before that, it's let me go to Sam Goody or Warehouse or Tower Records and then like get the singles from industry artists and then the ones with the instrumental on it and then rapping to those beats, right? So getting into making your own, like you get to dictate the entire record, where you want it to go, what the drums are gonna sound like. It's also, you know, I applaud you for doing it essentially, you know, yourself, right? We're getting into the conversation almost every stream these days, and you know, and thanks to Timberland, you know, about AI, right? And, you know, in that conversation, right, it's a lot of, you know, the people who are anti-AI, it's just because we, as artists and producers, we love to find every aspect of the record we're making, right? I don't want something else to come up with the melody first and, oh, shit, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm using that. I want to be able to come up with that. I want to be able to have something in my head, bring it to life, you know, and then find all the right elements that I'm looking for, right? And I always feel like if we need some kind of extra help, if it's another writer, if it's a program that essentially is going to like compile something for you in that way, you know, I feel like that's cheating. I feel like it's cheating, like straight up, right? It's literally steroids for artists, writers, and producers. And if we are literally gonna have, you know, athletes kind of take the short stick when we find out that they've done, you know, steroids, like literally they get kicked out the whole league and everything, right? I feel like we should feel that same way about AI being used in music, right? Because literally it's cheating. If you don't sort of police it in that way, you'll have beat battles where producers are entering those beat battles and they've used AI. I literally wouldn't feel comfortable with, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not, the aspect of being dope is like, oh shit, you came up with that? Those are your lyrics that you actually, you know what I'm saying, wrote. It's your voice that, oh, you produced the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want that feeling with and from, you know, everybody who actually remotely likes your song or whatnot. So hopefully it's something that, you know, you all will get to experience. And when you're making your own beats, like, that feeling is I mean, for you, right? You got to the sample, you know what I'm saying? And it's different. I do look at sampling different than sort of like the AI situation, right? Like, yes, you're still having a little bit of say so in like the idea that then comes out, it spits that out, and then maybe you sort of like sample that, right? But I feel like when we sample other songs like that, like when we sample a Missy song or an Aaliyah or something, we're paying homage to the original song. We're not wanting to replace it. We like want people to go, oh shit, you sampled that dope Missy joint, and you know what I mean? And then in your mind, you know, you're doing the same thing, you know, by remembering it and bringing it back into the light or whatnot, right? Even more, the fact that you called it Superfly freestyle, right? Another artist who's not connected to the song at all, they're not gonna mention anything regarding the original song. They're not gonna title it the same thing. They're just gonna like make some other random shit, say random shit. They're not going to have the connection there. And what you want is, at the very least, right? If Tim does, you know, if Missy does pop up, you know, you want them to be able to be like, yo, I actually like that. You want them to like it enough to want to do a reaction so people can see that you support it, that they supported it too, right? And in my eyes, at least what I heard so far, you know what I'm saying, I liked it. I feel like a little bit more can go in to it. Don't forget, you gotta pick some of that up. Nope. Nah, it's too freaking late, fool.
Like that one, fellas.
Okay, let me get back into the lineup or whatnot. Big salute, shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yo, 9 cents and Sir Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you or actual words.
Oh, what do you use?
Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking
Logic,
you were
Fruity,
high.
Acid.
Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view and I'm cool, like better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries.
Alright, let me see. We're back in the free line. We got Lil Debbie Baby in the mother effing cusp. Let me see what we're at or whatnot. I gotta see what time I gotta go get food. I'll of course come back, but I gotta go see what time I gotta get food. Cause then I have to jump in a 1 minute mode or something. It's what for love.
Hey, I was just calling to say that it had nothing to do with you. You didn't change. It was me. I changed.
Baby, are you down? Are you down? Gotta let me know right now.
How do you change?
Are you trying to ride with me? Baby, are you down? Are you down? Gotta let me know right now. Are you trying to ride? Are you trying to ride? Are you trying to ride with me?
What up, Caleb? Oh no! You said Kanye uses it? Again. Listen, one more thing before I play this, right? Again, I'm just saying, like, some people have the mindset, right, of like, you're not going to be able to get rid of AI, so you have to embrace it or get left behind, right? But my point is, like, using it doesn't make it better. It doesn't make all of a sudden your record's more popular because you have AI involved in it, right? Like it's actually the opposite. People are gonna like almost boycott it because you're utilizing, you know what I'm saying, that, especially for someone like him, Kanye, Timberland, freaking, like, these are producers who, like, we've watched make beats from scratch, like actually come in, bring in actual real singers, real violinists, real trumpet players and stuff like that, right? So it hurts to see them basically showing that they're too lazy to basically get real artists involved in their tracks or whatnot, and not, I mean, that's the way that I'm seeing it or whatnot. For me, I've never really had to have help with anything or anyone sort of like helping me come up with the things that I want, and so I love that feeling. So I will never understand the like, nah, you know what? Let me just do this other freaking thing here. But I'll tell you this, right? I know what some of them probably feel, right? There's this aspect of like when you hear your song suddenly in a different way that you didn't expect. It's like when somebody just decides to remix your song, like in your vocals with like a different beat, and then you are suddenly hearing it in like an even doper way and shit like that, right? You get a different wave of excitement over you that feels cool and whatnot. And when they use AI, they almost get to capture that excitement because it's like they'll put a prompt into it, and then a dope melody will just pop out, right? And they'll be like, oh man, that sounds dope. So it's them kind of rediscovering that excitement again. However, the dopeness is more if you come up with the melody and the sounds that we're hearing. If something else has to do it first, you're way more of just sampling a thing. You know what I'm saying?
I know I'm not enough. I guess I'm out of luck. All I ever want was your love. You fit in my heart like a glove, but you showed my feelings away. Now I know I'm counting you pain. All this is going in my head, it's just a phrase. Trapping my heart into a maze. It means you so I can't escape. All the lovey-dovey shit you said was fake. I can't afford to make another mistake. I'ma stay good what you made. You let our love fade. You left me to drift away. Now I'm in outer space. No signs of love, not even a trace. Pick up the gun and shoot him in the face. That's what you get for messing with my babe. But I guess she isn't really my thing. So I guess do anything you like. But I'm just letting you know that she isn't really that nice. Don't be careful who you pick, cause you told me backstabbing this time.
How y'all feel about this?
And confused, get lied on. I know I was almost at one time begging for food or money like that shit in the movie. Cashing me a booty, cause I be cashing bags, trying to want my.
Girl, you try to ride with me. I know I'm not enough. I guess I'm out of.
We already know what's gonna happen with the rest of the song. Anytime y'all do that.
This is what love feels like. I don't want it. If this is what love feels like, you can keep it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. You can have it. You can have it. You can have it.
Hey, go mama, go mama. Go mama, go mama. Wait, why did you even come down? So here's the thing, right? The melodies, all that were freaking cool. It feels like a decent, sort of, melodic record in that lane that we always, talk about with, Uzi and all of them or whatnot. You know, some will tell you to ease off a little bit in terms of like any auto-tune stuff like that or whatnot, but I think you know the lane that you're you know being a part of or whatnot, right? You just need the proper, you know, performance mix, space, timing, right? I don't like when artists go off beat a little bit. I feel like you like again, if I was ambassador for this damn music industry, man, I would literally, you know, make sure that if you don't put in the work fully, that, you know, again, you're getting paid less, right? It should be that simple. If your song's shorter, less. If you are off beat at a certain freaking point or whatnot, right? Again, you're not being a perfectionist. You're not sort of giving people their money's worth or whatnot, right? Yes, there's a certain style that does involve going a little bit off beat, but you know, even that I still have never got comfortable with, and it's never been in the same way where like, you know, AI or certain things, it just never felt like it was a skill to me to do it. It doesn't add, I don't just suddenly like an artist more because they're rapping or singing off beat. It makes me kind of get thrown off a little bit and see that they don't have that, you know, perfection in terms of being able to know where to go. And the reason why I cut it mainly was the fact that, like, look, some of you guys will try to fake extend your songs by like, okay, let me loop the last end of everything that I just did, which is only about one verse, give or take, right? And then, you know, I'll just make it all slow, like we're chopping and screwing it, but we're not chopping it, we're just screwing it. And it's the whole thing that we just heard exactly, 1-to-1, just slowed down. Who wants to go through what they just went through in slow motion? You know what I'm saying? What people would prefer is having a separate chopped and screwed version of the song, right? DJ scratches, the chops, as well as it being in slow motion. You know what I'm saying? Doing that in the same song, cheat code. And at this point, I always end up doing the same thing. I just end up cutting it because I already know what's coming. Another option for you guys, though, is to only slow down the beat, right? Only slow down the beat and then actually get on the new slower version and do a real extra verse. Give people their money's worth, right? Because if you have to, what's going to happen when you have to perform it? Is it just going to end when that first half is done? Because I don't see you just like standing up there.
All I ever wanted was your love.
It's like all this just plays, you know what I'm saying? That is my thought or whatnot. Let me see. Not bad could be better. Caleb July was saying. I like that name, by the way. Caleb July, right? Is that an artist name or just your straight up name, man? Let us know in the chat. Let me see. It's about 3:02. I might jump into 1 minute mode right about now just to let people know what that is. Usually when we have quite a few submissions in the lineup, but we need to be able to go a little bit faster. You know, if it's in the free line and we're playing it directly from there, we will only play it for 1 minute tops, and then we'll still review it. If it's something that we wanted to hear more of, we'll tell you to resend to our show a little bit later when we go live again. You know, if you want the full song to be played now, you can pay to skip the line and we'll get that full, you know, song in rotation.
Yo, nonsense and Sir Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries.
1 minute mode has been activated as requested, Mr. Dorky, sir.
Thank you, 3PO. Let's freaking go into our 1 minute mode, man. OM tweet.
I took control.
My life.
Went solo.
You're up first or whatnot. Oh, I forgot to set up my freaking thing. He said, but yo, pool, you know what I'm saying, old girl, and your mama. Wait, what? What is that? Hold on, I want to see if I can Let me open my thing, and I need to create a button to see if I can activate the timer more easily. So real quick, let me go ahead and put this background music on. Okay, where do I want to be with this? Do I have anything in my... Oh, I have one slot in the extras. Okay, so if I gotta go OBS Studio, let's see what I can do. Chord stream, replay, source visibility. I think that's exactly what I want, right? Okay, so come in here, and then we'll put timer. That should be self-explanatory. I want a picture of a clock or something like that there though. Can I get that? We'll try it later. All right, so scene and source. What source? What scene am I in? Main view. All right, and then let me look for the time and see if this actually works. I'm so excited! So excited! Because then this will make it easier. Yes! Yeah! All right, all right, so I ain't gotta worry about going back and forth between all these stupid scenes and stuff. All right, listen. All right, 1 minute mode activate. Let's get it. Hold up. Where we at? We finna do this right now. OMN Twee. I think we had threw your thing up over here, right? All right, let's get this started. Let's get it started in here. Matter of fact, for those of you on TikTok, can you head over to our YouTube side, YouTube or Twitch? We're also live on at the same time. Get over there so you can see the countdown while we're in this, so you're not sidewinded and stuff like that. I'll come back with you guys a little bit later. We may do gaming, we may do a podcast as well. We'll see what's up. Hold on. And here we go. Man, I love this.
I don't even try to rap, man. Just go that old shit I used to be, man. Just go there and talk. Right. Let's talk about my life. T.
Uh-oh, you should have already been in there.
Let's talk about my life. Talk. I would have tried to fought for my life. Too tired, though. Let's talk about my life. With the trial and I fought for my life. Cracker said they caught me with a pipe. At 28 right, made my man take the stand. Even set him in the cell and they know he got a kid. Thought he was a weak link, but that nigga played the fifth. Nicky did the opposite. That bitch that did a flip. That was January 12th. The judge said not guilty. 30 days before that, they had hit me with a cow, so I ain't getting hit in the crib. I had to go at
Listen. That's it. That's it. What up, Tom? Oh, no, wait, that was a different one. First off, and again, this is how it works or whatnot, right? 1 minute, man. You got that? We get to review it now, and hopefully we enjoyed it, right? And want to hear more, essentially, right? And for me, I do want to hear more, right? I feel like you got a nice voice for this type of record. The beat is kind of dope, and I'm almost hoping there's an R&B artist or something like that to top it off, because it would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Male or female, it would, set things off, right. I do feel like you could have came in a lot sooner. Obviously, it would have gave you more time, with the audience just as an artist. But overall, I still like it. Nope. Listen, Big Dizzy, I gotta keep the same energy with everybody when I do these 1 minute, modes, and like I cannot Like all I can do, like, okay, I ain't trying to be greedy or nothing like that, but if you want to be played from a very specific place in a record, donate $5 either to the Cash App or Super Chat. We will oblige by that or whatnot. However, right, you have to skip the line to play the full song. And in most, like the whole point is to go from the beginning of the song to wherever that 1 minute is. And if you don't start in that certain time, right, it's not our fault. It is your fault in that specific record that you maybe took too long to come on, or maybe you're the feature on the song, right? So we don't even get to hear you and stuff like that. But anytime I've done these 1 minute modes, I've kept it, fair from that, aspect, especially when we did like, we had a battle that we did, a cool minute ago where, that was fun just seeing how many people like didn't think about that. Like, oh shit, I don't start till like 40 seconds. You know what I mean? And then, they have 20 seconds of artistry that we have to basically judge from. But man, again, I gotta be fair. What up, M Dotty? Daddy, let me see real quick. I gotta write something in the email so to let you guys know what's give me a second. Yeah, he said I just like that verse, man. Hey, I feel you, man. Listen, you know what song of mine that I like my first verse a little bit better than my second or whatnot? You know what I'm saying? My song, Paint.
I am a whirlwind. This is not for the faint of heart.
Actually, no, you know what? I like my third verse. Song. You see what I'm saying? And so for me, I would get screwed over if I was trying to listen to my song, Paint.
Spitting all the stuff and you ain't making art. We need to go back to the start. Mona Lisa.
Oh, this is not even the right one. Hold on. So what was that? Two right here.
Take it back, you ain't making art. We need to go back to the start. Mona Lisa, she's gonna want another pizza. When your mother means to do like me, she's gonna need another man to rub her feet. Cause I'ma have her running after me so much that I might have to buy some other sneakers. I'm so intricate and stupid at the same time. Let's make a weird dance and do it at the same time. You hear the same rapper spitting all the same lines. Long ago, I saw my mom naked and I became blind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that verse a little bit freaking more and whatnot. But I had fun with that. Honestly, I want to remake that record, right? I want to make a new beat and everything. Probably like do remixes of my Game Dork projects or whatnot. But not until I bring y'all something new as well. Let me see real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I have... This is a line. RN. Hold on, y'all. Alright. Okay. Alright, copy and paste. Once again, we are in 1 minute mode.
1 minute mode has been activated as requested, Mr. Dorky, sir.
So, let's go ahead and continue. Again, I like that I have my thing. I can pull the timer up at any moment now, which is definitely what I wanted to do. All right. Now I got to figure out if I can mute that. music or a specific like program or something like that when that's a thing, right? Hold on, let's jump in here. Everybody knows all about your mom and your dad.
You think the thing?
You think the thing we're thinking about we're thinking of is thinking about us? What?
Never alone, I keep that burn on me. Never thought you do me wrong, look at you turning on me. Shit crazy, put the blame on me. I never thought you change on me. Put a bullet through my heart, but it's still beating. Why the fuck I'ma lie to you if I ain't got no reason? We had us through hard times and bad luck. Bitch, I took that risk for us and when it masked up. Feel like it's me, myself, and not somebody pray for us. How we supposed to be together and I just can't adjust. I swear this shit here getting old, starting to rust. And I love when she said she love me cause I can peep up love. But I'm above this shit, that's why they under me. Fuck all that shit you hollering about, niggas can't fuck with me. I be trying to walk away, but you keep tying me. Definition of misery, love is company. Me lonely, and they know I keep it on me. I think it's best I leave it, ain't no need to stay. You ain't even got the vision, let you lead the way. I'm tired of biting my tongue, some shit I need to say. It's just make me feel love, cause that money can't understand why.
Because I was trying to send an email or whatnot. But you got it. That was Big Steve. Why?
Why the fuck I'ma lie to you if I ain't got no reason? We had us through hard times and bad luck. Bitch, I took that risk for us and when it
part of me feels like you don't need auto-tune. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are able to really, you know, be any kind of melodic and sound clean, you don't need to force yourself to have the effect. Just go in there and do your thing, right? I like the fact that it feels like a real record, right? We talk about life music kind of songs and things that you know, are very much in genres that you can play live, like guitar and stuff like that. And so hopefully to be able to see you do something like that would be, you know, proper. Do not perform to the song, all right? I repeat, do not go out and perform to the instrumental or song. I mean, you can in terms of like the instrumental, but if you can manage to get a live band, do that. Here we go. 1 more minute on the clock, like listen, dog. Always wanna tell y'all this is not so hard, but like. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Wow. Yeah. Let me get up on a picking beat, though. I don't even know what I'ma do, but a lot of picking people get the beat that they can eat, yo. I also don't even think that I can sleep, yo, cause it's very loud. I need to turn this down, cause I don't know what the heck to do. And there's a lot of time where picking people wanna go and take a poop. And they can go up in the bathroom. I can rap and do things and bang up on the freaking desk while I'm sitting all up in the classroom. I also don't know what the hell I'm about to freaking say, but I am gonna ask you. There's a lot of freaking people out and never freaking tried to take a bad view, but when I go to the place, you can tell me that I'm either on the freaking ground or when I'm up in outer space like a... That's it, man. Listen, 1 minute, my brother. He said he made that beat while watching Cowboy Bebop. Honestly, I like the inspiration. I like the sound. I could see, like, listen, you should have sent that with a visual of, you know, scenes from Cowboy Bebop, you know what I'm saying? Sort of playing on beat with it or whatnot. You know, and that's the kind of stuff that we do like to see. As a matter of fact, you know, I wonder if you could put a post out like that, right? Get like a, what seems like an old, you know, TV or something like that, and have like a good environment sort of like in the background on the screen, just it playing sort of certain scenes from the show, and then like your beat playing as like the main sort of freaking thing or whatnot, or even just like you kind of making the beat in the background there, like, you know, there's something, but nice production. There were some parts that were a little bit loud, so, you know, really just get in there with the mix and make sure you do things the right way, my friend. All right, we're gonna jump back into 1 minute mode once again. We got TJ Dolo. TJ Dolo would stay for a while. Uh-oh.
Hearing voices in my head, always thought it was normal. Trying to learn to be a man, I talk to mama so formal. Hit the school I was born to, well at least I used to feel like it. Just at this point I wonder if it's worth me still grinding. 3 years in I'm still trying to live a fairy tale that is. But it's time to face the fact that fairy tales are just pretend. Probably never speak again. Guess this is what we in and we just go our separate ways and act like we were never friends. I couldn't tell what we had till I lost what we found. I would blame it.
That's all we get to see. I couldn't tell you lied, couldn't tell you phone. I don't wanna put on your underwear, girl. All right. It did feel like it was gonna be, you know, more of a live music kind of record, something decent, heartfelt, real. And so I do want to hear more of it. Resend that to our next episode. Get in there, do your thing. Wobble wobble, man. You know what I'm saying? Next! See, again, we able to go a little bit faster or whatnot, but it's, you know, there's only so much we're gonna be able to hear with that. Sweet. Also, I predict that a minute is probably the safest amount of record to play for anyone.
Your girls see my chain and they started having eye sex. I don't got the custom Cardi frames made for Ibex. Chilling with my cussy, scraping bigs out the Pyrex. I got a big gun, I don't need no big biceps. Shorty talking dirty, I'ma take her to the cleaners. I'm blowing in my phone for a couple y'all mean. Jackie really cop weight, she just get it in teeners. Your freaky ass squad full of pussies and wieners. My amigo drop it off, then it's hasta luego. Dutch will drop you off just cause I say so. Obama got the bows, I already know that they fuego. I'm walking around the lab, I just bumped into Drago. Bumping new tracks while I'm clutching the Draco. Ashley doing bumps so she caking her makeup. Wake up in the AM, start raking the cake up. Play with my bread, I'll pop your top like a cake cup.
Smoking presidential pack, Obama got the kill. I'm in the residential zone, selling a lot of pills. New money tree, it costs a lot of bills. Touch the diamond on this bitch, that's just sliding in the Bonneville. Touch a C on my glasses and get sent to the sky. Made him put his blick down, he wasn't trying to die. My ops at McDonald's, cooking the fries. Skid Betty Crock.
Curry and the business vibes. There's a lot of times where business. I mean, you know how I feel. Gutter Beans, Dorky don't play that, man. Listen, I don't not agree with that. Shout out to Legend and Outlaw. Am I in the same? Oh yeah, we are in the same one or whatnot. For some reason, the chat on this thing wasn't updating or something like that. Let me see. So you guys had no feeling, right? But that's like always the case, right? I feel like, you know, certain artists will get into this lane and, you know, in my opinion, you know, I've liked the artists who had more energy, who've been more a little bit of aggressive, and, you know, it often will feel like it could be a diss record, right? At least I can hear everything that you're saying, right? It's a certain style that not everybody is gonna rock with, but there's a lane, you know, for it, and I'm curious to see, like, you know, like if you guys are able to really accumulate any kind of fan base, right? That's more than any of us, you know, can do on a good day, right? Like it's something, as long as somebody's watching you and liking it, right? But you want to be dope enough for people to immediately want you on other beats, right? Obviously you're comfortable in this lane, but like I want to know what you could do on like a Griselda beat, right? What happens when the beat's a little bit, you know, slower, more mid-tempo, you know, kind of, let me look up Griselda type beats, right? Like a Griselda type beat, bruh. Let's see what
I started All Nation.
Oh my god. Just play it. We gotta wait for the ad, man. Listen, we don't even know if the beat's gonna be cool, son. I'm just trying to find something with the specific tempo I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. We have to wait for all. Okay, there we go. Jeez Louise, man. So, right? So they just have like a certain, like, it's a whole certain tempo and feel. Like, listen, dog, you freaking went into the tempo, but your tempo is still, it's simple but real. Freaking, I don't know if I could make sure that there's a lot of people that ain't finna get skills out of nowhere. You know that I don't care. A lot of people looking at me, but they don't stare, and I don't know what the hell to do. But like, people also like, I come to your show cause it's so fair, and people also give me the feedback. Also, I don't need that. People to freaking see that. You need to get to be that thing that freaking, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. There's just something about a Griselda beat that just, you know, stank face kind of situation. And honestly, I wish I could make, you know, Griselda type beats nonetheless. Let me see what we got next up and stuff like that. We are trying to go through as far as we can. Swig. Mr. Swig. Mr. Swig. Also, let me text my girl real quick. And see what's up. We're getting food. Hold on. Come on, bro. Right in. Auto correcting shit. All right, let's see. Facts of life.
Yeah. Rock-a-bye, baby. Rock-a-bye, baby.
I'm a baby, everybody.
Yeah.
Said I need to chop it up with you offline. Okay, no doubt.
When you can't, with discipline, no restraints, no excuses, no complaints. This ain't for the faint of the heart. We go hard in the paint. Smear my legacy with taint. Never paint or vandalize murals. I'm handing out plural L's of pure hell. Blame all this misbehavior on yourselves. Indication of disrespect is sure shells. Core values embedded in you when you're 12. Are these curses generational? Can't think like that when some things are situational. Can't have a thing when these niggas always casing you. And don't walk around acting like you're irreplaceable. This cloud culture made it cool for you to always chase a few.
1 minute has been commenced. Facts of Life featuring Jay Sinatra by Swig. Obviously we weren't able to go through the completion of the record, see what the chorus, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying, would say. But it does feel like something real, something, you know what I'm saying, to your kids, as like we all want to be able to make something that does, you know, put them on the right path. And you know, a little bit of a story for the little ones, you know what I'm saying? So not bad there. Let me see what we got next.
We're building the most helpful AI.
We're building the most helpful. No, you're not. You lying. You lying to the people.
Come on. Gutter beans, gutter beans, gutter beans, gutter beans, gutter beans.
Don't open your mouth to talk to me unless it's about some digits. Cause I ain't got time to conversate with no broke niggas. Nah, if it's a good deal, then I sign the seal, make sure it get delivered. But if not, then I'm on no chill like Gilbert Arenas. Don't open your mouth to talk to me unless it's about some digits. Cause I ain't got time to conversate with no broke niggas. Nah, if it's a good deal, then I sign the seal, make sure it get delivered. But if not, then I'm on no chill like Gilbert Arenas. I mean this, don't nobody know what the deal is, huh? Don't nobody know what's going on, nah. Don't nobody know how I'm feeling. With everything building up in my dome. Bet nobody that step near to me. Nope. I'ma kill everybody in the zone. Yeah, I know I'm still in this building. So of course I might be taking my own. But hold on, wait a minute, pay attention. And listen to the rest of the song. Cause the way I'm about to rip it. Somebody say, good, are you wrong? But that's just me and how I'm feeling. Especially when I'm in my zone. So when you see me chilling, but grinning, my best advice to you, just leave me alone. Till I make things get more complicated. It's gonna get fast like competition. See me.
Right freaking there, man. And you like, listen, it was just getting started essentially, right? We were able to see you get in there, you know what I'm saying? And have the, like, let me rap a little bit fast, you know what I'm saying? A little bit out of standard sort of fare. And I appreciate being able to see, you know, those different elements, you know what I'm saying, within there, right? Obviously, vocals need to come up a little bit more. And like, while you're on more, you're on a, I mean, I want to say ski mask style, right? In terms of energy and just knowing that you can get up there with a little bit, you know, more. I want to almost always feel like you're having fun with these songs that you're on and stuff, right? Like you're, you know, getting in there with a certain, you know, type of energy or whatnot. But I do see the potential, and I definitely want to see that one done. Don't forget I mix and master, so you can always hit me up.
Raising things so high, these niggas never ever wanna be. Should I be so high? Sometimes my lady think I'm gonna sleep. Pistol when I ride in case these niggas want me sure they can't gon' flip that neck. Who's what you know about a quarter key? Raising things so high, these niggas never ever wanna be. Should I be so high? Sometimes my lady think I'm gonna sleep. Pistol when I ride in case these niggas want me sure they eat. You can't gon' flip that neck. Who's what you know about a quarter key? If I would never got shot, Shirley Street would still belong to me. But I gotta thank my mama, cause of her I had run from the streets. These wannabes just wanna be. If they would've been, if left up to me. Came from selling babies, but I own this shit, got custody. Told them that I'm sick with this shit, take a dose of Tussin. Call me in the morning, you should be sick of that thug shit. That looking over your shoulder shit, that block watching for police shit. Street politics, who not a snitch, cause there's more than it's not a shit. I just see them how I call that shit, family ties. Untie that shit, that knot can get broken over the smallest shit. Just bars like alcoholic, bitch, any rap, but you call and get, I go harder than all of them and come from out the hardest lands. Raising things so high, these niggas never ever wanna be. Should I be so high? Sometimes my lady think I'm gonna sleep. Pistol when I ride in case these niggas want me sure they eat. You can't gon' flip that neck. Who's what you know about a quarter key? Oh man, these niggas never ever wanna be.
I forgot about the whole.
So high, sometimes my lady think I'm gonna sleep.
Did I already? I feel like I already.
Want me sure they.
First off, you know, got in there, did your thing. You know, I do like the vibe and feel. This is a record that you have sent over the course of a few episodes. You know, and it's almost on the same tip as, you know, Gutters in terms of being something that feels trap centric, but you guys are using very low, you know, energies, right? Like I feel like you're a shark in the water, right? Just like stalking, you know, someone on the sea, you know, doing their freaking thing or whatnot, right? So there's some things freaking there or whatnot. Man, what should I freaking do, man? I'm just gonna get off now so I can get things, because I have to settle things with my computer. Apparently, like all these skipping clips, man, I finally filled up most of my freaking D drive and stuff like that. So I have to transfer a lot of stuff over, you know what I'm saying, to my, you know what I'm saying, flash drive and other things. And then we will, you know, pretty much continue after we get, you know, that settled or whatnot. But I appreciate you guys for submitting. Look out for me a little bit later and tap into the show and stuff like that. We will be back.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning. Waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is so...